We are live, by the way. While
Okay,
I'm freaking
well-
out about the cameras.
Excellent. Well, we're going to freak out about the cameras while you're live, and we'll just stall while we solve
Some
problems.
primo behind the
what we
scenes shit
do.
right here.
This is behind-the-scenes stuff. Fortunately, no one is watching it.
Huh?
Oh, wait, nope, that's no longer true.
They're trying to get me
people
to
who are
buy
watching.
Butterfinger.
Welcome to us figuring out how to make streams work. Oh, hey, look.
Yeah.
I'm doing my best, man.
It's already getting better. Oh, look, wow, that was a very squashed mat.
Oh,
But that's okay. I can be squashy.
You're less.
I also like
You're less squashed. Sorry, I was hitting the
No
wrong
worries.
key when I was reshifting your camera.
I know,
Like,
it's fine. Don't worry about it. I found it.
How did this happen? Nobody else joined the freaking call in Zoom. No,
Lois did.
Lois did.
Well, that's okay. We've got
Oh
a
my
cat.
god, I should make a window specifically for Lois.
Oh god. Literal
I
cat
was
stream.
on a game that did that once. It was
That
really
would be cute.
They had a stream, and they had like all these people playing a game, and then there was one camera that was just like on a sleeping kitty.
Aww.
And I don't think I did well that game, but so Sleeping Kitty was probably the most fun thing about being on that stream.
Oh no.
But that's okay. It happens sometimes.
Okay.
Hey, world. We're doing
good.
the tech stuff, but we're doing the good tech stuff. We're figuring it out, making it all work. Things will happen. Things will work out. I'm a little fidgety. I don't know why I'm a little fidgety, but I'm discovering them a little fidgety. Excellent. Hey, everyone. Thanks so much for coming and joining us. We're the Assassination of Primarch Magli Blackice in the Shimmering Seas saga thing, and we're halfway through a party, and things are going wild and crazy. Let's see. I don't know. Do I do announcements at the beginning or after the break? Does anyone remember? I'm a little tired.
Yes.
Great.
You do them all the time.
I do them all the time. Well, thank you for joining us. We've been on hiatus-ish for a little while. We did one-shots last week and the week before while I was out of town, run by our esteemed and wonderful friend, Marcus, a.k.a. Spicy Curry Bread, who is one of our players in our Thursday morning game. And he ran a Vampire the Masquerade one-shot, which we think may turn into a two-shot, because apparently they didn't finish. So yay for that. And also he did a City of Mists one-shot, which may also turn into a two-shot, because apparently they also didn't finish, which is, I think, par for the course with one-shot. Sometimes you finish, sometimes you don't. Whatever, it's okay. Also, I ran a one-shot on another channel, Featherfall Tabletop. They are friends of ours, and we like them and support them. If you are watching this, go over and throw them a follow, because they're pretty cool. They play D&D, and they're pretty cool people, and I do some collabs with them sometimes, apparently. And last Friday, I taught them how to play Burning Wheel, or I taught some of them how to play Burning Wheel. My players already know how to play Burning Wheel, even though they don't know that they already know how to play Burning Wheel. They're learning it through the back doorway. And that's part of the deal of playing with me in the Assassination of Primarch Magli Blackice.
Welcome.
I said that I was going to come up with a ruling for you pertaining to beliefs. And I have a ruling. I'm not totally thrilled with it, so I'm reserving the right to change it later. But for now, at least, if you work towards your belief, even if you do not accomplish it, from now on, this does not include last section, if you are working towards your belief, if there is a scene in which you are attempting to accomplish your belief or an aspect of your belief, then you can gain that experience point, whether you complete the belief or not. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
This will then no longer... Ideally, the goal here is that I do not want to punish people for coming in with beliefs that take longer than a session to go for. That was very casual squatting of a cat. It was very casual. And
She knows what she did.
Yes, I approve. It was just very, I don't know. I'm getting like Uma Thurman vibes or something.
That's the approximate siren that I hear every time she jumps up on the table.
Excellent. Well, there you go. So that's how we're going to do that. So from that perspective, who wants to share their beliefs right now? Everyone should have a belief. I'm going to make you all do it, so I might as well just pick on someone. Juniper, what's your belief right now?
Well, before it was like trying to get everything done while not being duplicitous, but at this point I think things have changed.
Okay. I think that's beliefs should change based on circumstances.
Yeah, exactly. She wants to I don't know if this is more of a belief or a goal, which is kind of weird, but like she wants to be able to get Mella's whole Stepwise's whole thing sorted out with the like combination telling the truth and acting reckless without compromising her consent.
Let's think about the wording of this for just a second. So
yeah, like basically, like she's right now. The problem is she's telling the truth nonstop, and that's an issue. But
Bless you.
but now, like basically, she wouldn't want her to reveal the truth without her permission, I guess. Like, you know, she doesn't want to be like Blackice and do the whole like getting the truth out of her against her will.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if she's going to learn something, she wants to learn it like from her under her own power, not because she's been compelled to do it.
Yeah.
So she's gonna try to like contain this as much as possible. But I mean, she also really does need to get back with her friends and like has that whole goal of like, okay, we do need to get this worked out, but right now Stepwise is kind of like more important for her.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she wants to do it without revealing more secrets than possible. Like,
see, this is where if we were actually playing Burning Wheel, this would make a lot more sense, because what you could do is you could take this sort of very complicated situation for yourself and split it up over several different beliefs. So you could have a belief about, I want to extricate Mela Stepwise from this situation safely. You could have a belief about, I want information that should not be spread to be not spread. And then a third one, like, I want to get back to my friends so that I can help support them so that they do not feel abandoned by me. But we only really have one belief right now in the way that we're playing the game.
Okay, so extricate her safely will be the main one. But internally, she also doesn't want her to reveal too much.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and that's great. I think that's a great belief. I want to extricate Mela Stepwise safely, particularly since safely is a word that has a lot of different definitions.
Yes.
And we can interpret it in a lot of different ways, which I think is pretty cool.
I'm not scared.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. Sarah, what is Tonimus's belief at this moment?
Oh, you know I'm going to talk. So basically, how do I phrase this? I have pretty bad ADHD. Thomas does not.
Okay.
When I re-listened to last week's episode, I picked up on a couple of details at the end that he would have zeroed in on, especially regarding his history with Sunira and knowing how Blackice feels about elves. And I was over here like, why is the elf skinny? Why is that detail important? And I don't know. I don't want to give him too much, but I feel like realistically, and I'm not sure how much I should say off game either, because I feel like he would have, like, I feel like he would start out this session like taking much more decisive action than he did last game, because we were trying to be sneaky and stuff like that. He's going to start it in panic mode. And so while I feel that his belief regarding focus on the mission, acquire the package is not completely changed, I feel like it would now be phrased differently.
Okay. How would it be phrased now?
I feel like it would be phrased, I will remove the package from this ballroom, even at the expense of physical or social harm to myself.
So at this point, you are willing to take extreme risks to solve the mission.
Yes, based on his history with Illumina and some realizations that I think he would have had about things about to break bad.
Sounds good. Hold on, I'm getting a text. I just want to make sure it's not about something wrong with the stream.
Also, while I have the floor, let me just say, because I'm not going to get another chance to do this without interrupting someone, and I hate myself when I do that, there is a bear loose in a ballroom. No one knows what's going to happen, least of all the bear. It's never been in a ballroom before.
That is very true.
You don't know that.
That is very, very,
Poor
very
bear.
true.
I feel like bear's going to get hurt.
Who knows? We'll find out. Samhain,
Yeah.
you have a belief.
I feel like my belief has changed since the last time, so
That's
can
totally
I change
fair.
it?
Of course.
So I think this is difficult. I think that I have to change my belief to include my sister. So I will protect Mela stepwise, but I am not going to do it at the cost of my sister.
Good brother.
I am not going to risk my sister's life for Mela stepwises.
That's totally reasonable. So your belief is something along the lines, for Samhain would be something along the lines of, I will protect Mela stepwise through any means necessary, short of any possible harm or inconvenience to my sister.
I mean, if it inconveniences my sister, that's not so much our problem. But if it harms her, that's a completely different story.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense.
I just want to throw that out there. I don't
Yeah,
care
that's
if
fair.
I inconvenience her at this point because she's inconveniencing me by being here.
Yeah, totally fair. So, let's just go over our insane situation here because there's a lot going on, and I just want to refresh everyone's memory.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I'm gonna dump some things sort of on the side quickly to get them out of the way. So, just because they're less important. But right now, in one area of the room, we have Lady Iria, with her our trusty Kaz, having a rather intense conversation. In another area of the room, we had Mela stepwise having a, shall we say, poor choice of words conversation with Samhain and Blackice and also Juniper and a member of the council. And Mela stepwise then, like in a heated moment, stepped into a pocket dimension and dragged Juniper with her. We have a bear that has somehow broken free of its restraints. It was a pet bear that no one really investigated, but somehow it has broken free of its restraints. We have Samhain having a intense conversation with his sister that he hasn't seen in a little while, who's just randomly here, and her name is, I have it here. Ostara, thank you. We have also guards surrounding the building in general. Thomas has eyes now on a briefcase, which is the point of being here, we think, and is wanting to do that. Thomas is also, by the way, starting a fledgling relationship with a general who directly is working simultaneously for Primarch Blackice and the rebel organization that is seeking to oppose Primarch Magli Blackice. There is a literal almost riot going on in the streets because this morning there were portents from gods about death and destruction.
Alleged portents.
Alleged portents from gods about death and destruction. Anyone have anything that they need to add to that situation? Anything that I missed or dropped the ball on?
Yeah, Ostara is dating
Oh yes,
Lord Humperdinck. Lord Humperdinck
Please tell me
Dinkelberg.
that's like his middle name now.
Isn't his name? Is that his name? No.
No, it was the
Gwynok.
name I gave him because
His
that
name
was
is
the
Lord
vibe I was
Gwynok.
getting from him.
I was gonna say Lord Gwynok. Yes, that is all very true. Anything else that I need to have and going on there, or is that enough?
Internal
Oh,
screening.
by the way, one of your friends is in jail.
I was gonna say, do we
Yeah.
want to speak to that? I don't know if you and Musashi have talked about it, or
Talk briefly. Musashi's taking another brief break from the campaign. He'll be back when he is back. He's welcome back anytime. Musashi, we love you and miss you, and you are always welcome here. Conveniently, I will admit, on some level, your character is in jail, so that makes it easy for me narratively. I feel a little bad about the fact that it's easy for me narratively, but it is. So, yeah. So Musashi's in jail. All good things. Not Musashi. Sorry.
and we're all
Enon.
terrible
So,
people
Musashi
because we're
is
just gonna
fine.
leave his ass, I guess.
We'll send him.
He told us not to worry about him, though.
Well, we saw him Mercury saw him being violently beaten, so take that with a grain of salt.
We'll find out. You'll figure things out. You'll discover what's happening to Enon. I'm not gonna abandon him. Excellent. So, yeah, that's that's what's going on right now. Yay! Good stuff. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. I'm yes, all good stuff. Okay. From that perspective, where are we gonna start? I think
Roll a d4.
I think we're going to start in our pocket dimension. I think that we ended the last episode with sort of a cliffhanger of like lots of intense things going on, and so it behooves us to open this episode with sort of a moment of quiet reflection. We sort of get the camera comes up and we're looking down, and the angle is very weird. We sort of feel off kilter from the perspective that we're looking at things, because we're looking straight down at the roof of this building with this massive courtyard filled with people, and you see that it's not actually a riot yet. There's no violence per se in a large scale, but there are people who are like pushing and shoving, and guards are definitely like retreating into the building. But you're getting a top-down view of this, an aerial view, and everything feels just a little bit weird, because seeing people from the top of their head is weird. And the camera just sort of slowly zooms down and then cuts through the building, and suddenly it's inside the building, and you see the nobles sort of frittering away, heedless of the concerns of those around. Primarch Magli Blackice says something, and people around him laugh, and you notice that the general is with him as well. General Quick Eyes is now with it in Primarch Magli Blackice's circle at this moment.
Fuck.
And the camera just sort of zooms down and makes sort of eye contact quickly with each person and each scene that we're about to have, just making sure that we know where everyone is, reestablishing their positions. We see the bear break loose again, and then the camera just sort of blip, disappears into a pocket dimension. And we see Mela Stepwise and Juniper having a conversation. Well, you asked to speak with me.
Okay. Is there anything? Is the pocket dimension like
Totally
there's nothing
blank.
in there? Okay. Wow. Okay. Mela. Ma'am, I think I'm about 90% sure that you have either been drugged or a spell has been put on you, because this is not normal, and this behavior is not.
You think that a spell could be put on me without me being aware of it? You have so little faith. You know that you're the pupil here, right? And I'm the teacher?
Yes, but I also know that you almost did exactly what Blackice wanted you to do. Sorry. And go out there and talk to a bunch of people who would have just torn you apart. And you've been saying things that you definitely wouldn't say. You told him, you said my name in front of him. I thought we weren't supposed to be talking about the fact that we knew each other. I thought it was supposed to be a secret. And you just went right out and revealed that we're in first name basis. You have to, like, you wouldn't be acting this way normally. Like, you have to know that.
We need to be able to treat the people of the city as if they are people. This is the problem with the council members. They always want to talk over them or to the lowest common denominator. They never want to admit that people have the capability of understanding, like, and she takes off her glasses and starts rubbing her eyes. They have the capability of understanding nuanced ideas. It's infuriating. We have to trust people.
I know, and that's great. I'm all about that. But could something have been put in your drink?
Yeah. Why don't you roll a persuasion check?
Okay. Where's my? I have on my spells. Do you have advantage? I don't have advantage.
No.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Okay. All right. You told me yourself that Blackice is using truth serums and truth spells, and that you have to be careful about what you say.
You shouldn't be saying that out loud. I mean, he can't spy here, to be fair. It's a pocket dimension. It would be highly improbable that he had the capability of being even here. And that would be the sort of scariest thing that he wants people to think. But you shouldn't even say that out loud. I didn't even say that out loud to you. I said it in code.
No, you said that out loud. You're saying it out loud right now.
No, and I'm pretty sure I said it in code.
No, right now. You just said everything out loud right now.
Gods protect me from irritating know-it-all pupils.
Yeah, well, I think we should get you home.
Why?
Because you're not being yourself. You're not being careful. And we need to find out what exactly was done, or I need to find out. I guess I need to find out what exactly was done and fix it. Because, I mean, this is, Mela, hold on. I'm just going to turn around for a second and then turn back around.
Yeah, so you turn around in this totally gray pocket dimension, you look into endless gray space, and then turn back around.
And as I do, just for a moment, you can hear this slight scream. and then she turns back around. And she goes, well, what I don't understand is we have this organization. There's this whole group of people, and there isn't anybody who could have checked to make sure that your drink wasn't poisoned, or that someone wasn't trying to do like truth spells on everyone, or to make sure that something like this didn't happen, where you didn't say something that could have compromised everything.
How many people do you think know about my involvement in this organization?
Well, I know me.
Yes, and how many others do you suspect?
There has to be at least one, because you're getting your information from someone.
Oh, must there be at least one? Or do you think that I would not be smart enough to, I don't know, hide my presence in my own organization so that their leadership is unknown even to themselves?
Well, they're not going to be unknown if you reveal it in front of Blackice by accident.
I'm not going to reveal it in front of Blackice. I am not some child. I've been doing this sort of clandestine nonsense for... I was a spy in the war.
Would you have told me that?
And she scratches.
Would you want to tell me that?
I trust you.
Thank you. And if you trust me, then you need to trust yourself too. You taught me. I mean, you taught me basically everything. So you should trust your own teachings and know that, when I say that something's wrong, something's wrong. And and it's not just that you're telling the truth a lot. It seems almost like you're suggestible.
I am worried that my absence would hurt the delicate balance of the political negotiations going on more than whatever problems I might be having with this, whatever's going on inside.
But if you say something or do something unintentionally, that could make it worse. If you reveal something, like even about the organization, you could, I mean, this whole thing could fall apart. I mean, I don't want to see you go to jail or get, I don't know what they would do. I mean, it would technically be, you'd be labeled a traitor if things came out. I don't know what I'd do.
How are you at disguises?
I'm good at illusions. I can make people invisible. I can make you undetectable.
What about yourself?
Myself?
Yes.
I can make myself invisible, yeah.
Can you make yourself appear like someone else?
Well, I can do the elf thing.
Not as helpful.
About what?
If I were to be absent from the proceedings, it would cause problems, difficulties. But if you are right and there's something wrong with the way I am communicating, and I put more at risk, that would be unfortunate. So I just had a foolish idea that perhaps you could disguise yourself to be me and you could be me for the evening.
Would that be even, you would...
Oh, come. Of course you can emulate me. You've never emulated a teacher before? Just be vague and non-committal.
Yeah, I could do that. I like, just speaking as me as a player, I don't think I have anything that would be...
You don't have disguise self?
No, I don't have disguise self. I got it. Everyone else is disguise self.
That's fair. Yeah. No, I mean, you've got the whole elf thing, so that's okay.
I could...
Disguise elf.
I don't know. Would it be possible to... I guess it would be very sudden. I could be your assistant. I could... I mean, just to be there when it happens, just in case something goes awry, or I could interrupt or spill tea on you. Are you okay with me spilling tea on you?
I'm okay with anything for the cause. No, you're right. You're clearly right. I cannot be trusted in this state. I must retire.
And things have, dude. Things are kind of getting a little intense out there. Should I come with you?
She smiles. No, just I don't even really know what I'm asking here, but do your best to make sure that things don't get too much worse.
Right.
And help your friends.
Yeah, of course. Okay, but I can't promise I won't come back later and just check on you and make sure everything's okay.
Yes, I will I don't know if I can act drunk. I will feign. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I know what I can do. And she pulls out her hand and looks at it. And then says, "This is." She looks at you and says, "This is going to suck a lot."
What?
Not for you, for me. Are you ready to go back to the party?
Sure. Yes.
And she starts muttering something, and her hand starts to have like this green pulsing energy in it.
Oh god.
And then she just sticks it on her own stomach. And then you two return to the party. And she just sort of looks around and makes eye contact with the counselor, smiles, and then leans over and vomits all over your shoes.
Oh no. Oh no. And I'm gonna awkwardly, like, you know, are you okay?
Could you fetch me a guard to escort me home? I appear to have eaten something that has made me unwell.
Yeah, let me just one moment. Okay, just wait right here. And I'm just gonna kind of give her a look. Like, yeah, okay, this is good. And I'm gonna try to find the guard Giselle that I spoke to before.
Of course, yeah. She's standing at the door where you entered the servant's entrance.
Okay, I'm gonna run over.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Hi. Yeah, you remember me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I have a favor to ask of you. I have something really, really important that I need you to do.
I guess so. I mean, I have my oath of guard.
Oh, well, no, but this is kind of more important than that. You know, Councilwoman Stepwise?
Yes, of course.
I think she's very, very, very sick. She just threw up all over, and I just like looked down at my shoes, and I was like, they were very nice.
She sort of looks at the shoes and like,
I think
it looks like it was the shrimp. I'll stay away from that.
Yeah. Do you know if you could escort her home?
Oh, but for the councilwoman, of course.
Yeah, just
no one
because,
would.
you know, the street.
And she turns and she says, "Hey, Harry!" And like a lizard folk guard just sort of walks over and she says, "You were on my post. I've got to take a councilwoman home." And Harry just nods.
All right, thank you so much. You are the absolute best. I owe you a drink sometime.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. And she sort of like gives you like an appraising look.
Oh. Oh my.
That was a weird conversation.
That was a conversation.
But, you know, yeah, sure. Drink sometime. Cool.
I wasn't thinking of it that way, but okay.
Well, you know,
say that out loud.
I don't think she was either until you said it that way. So
she's like, "Oh
Beautiful.
crap, okay," and she's gonna run back into the ballroom proper and look for her friends.
Beautiful. Well, we'll cut that scene there and flashback. The clock goes backwards in time, and we're gonna jump to Salwyn and his sister Istara. Hey, Salwyn. How you doing?
We're gonna see you in about 5 minutes, huh?
I love this shit.
Let's do this thing.
Yep.
So you have pulled your sister into like a side corner, and she like looks over your shoulder constantly and like sort of makes like batting eyelash looks at Lord Gwynnock.
Okay. So are we out of earshot of other people?
You know, it's a party and it's a full party, so out of earshot is not quite the right word. It's more like there's enough stuff going on in general that like you'll be avoiding things.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we're gonna talk in our
in
child language anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's like, you want to tell me what that's about? We're royals now?
Oh my god.
Well, you know, he just had the assumption that we were royals because, how cool we look and all that stuff. So I just sort of went along with it, and that way he doesn't think that I'm like just with him for his money.
Which you totally are.
I mean, he's a bad guy, brother.
Okay, yeah. So you decided that it was gonna be cool to be to have him be your beau.
I mean, it's a temporary situation while I figure out the best way to make things work out in the long run. You know.
The best thing would have been to never met this man at all, and you should have the good.
No, I'm fine.
No, you should have the good sense. Oh, shut up, phone. You should have the good sense to not have done this. You've been on the earth longer than I have, and even I know better.
No better than what? I'm just working out a little bit at a time, and it's going well. I'm not worried.
Yeah. Does Mother know?
Does Mother know? But Mother's not in charge. Okay, we have our own lives. Mother isn't. I'm sure that you do many things that Mother would not approve of, Sawan. I mean, what are you doing at this party for all these rich people?
I'm here to do a job.
Well, so am I.
Your own self-interest isn't a job. It's not paying you anything.
It's paying me plenty. I got in here tonight, and look at this dress. And she sort of gestures down at her dress. It's gorgeous.
Oh, God. All right. We obviously need to talk about this later. Where are you staying in town?
Well, if you must know, I'm on the Gwinnett estate.
Fuck me sideways. Okay. Is that where I have to go and retrieve you if I want to speak with you?
Retrieve me like I'm a purse or some property. No.
You're a puppy at this point.
And you are a basilisk for all I care, lizard.
He just throws his hands up and is just shaking his head at her because he's like, that doesn't even make sense.
If you are just going to, I don't know, pull me aside and critique me and tell me about all the bad decisions I'm making in my life, well, then you can just talk to this parfait table right here. This parfait table. It's very friendly. You can chat with it. I'm sure that it'll listen to you with all attentiveness that I would. And I'm going to go back to Lord Gwynoc and make this whole thing work.
All right, we're going to have a chat about this later because...
About this later.
We're going to have a chat about this later, or I'm writing Mother.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. It'll be fun.
Okay, all right, then we're chatting about it later, or I'm writing Mother.
I love this.
Fine, you can write Mother, but if you write Mother, I will tell her about your new creepy violin.
There's nothing creepy about my violin.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing creepy about my violin. I saw its aura from over here. I saw its aura when you walked in the room.
What are you talking about? It has no aura.
Has no aura.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It has an aura. It's a creepy aura. Look at it. All green with yellow star things and stripes. I don't know. It's very weird looking.
I obviously can't see what you see, but fine. If you say my violin has a creepy aura, it's the one that... Oh, can I lie to her? Can I say that it's the one that Imbolc made me?
Ooh, yeah, of course you can lie to her.
I mean, you're related. No, I'm kidding.
Do you want me to roll a deception
Wait,
check for you?
hang on. Is this the right sibling? I have to reference my document really quickly.
And then let me know if it's the right
One of
sibling.
them, one of them's an instrument maker. I did this intentionally.
Yep.
All right, hang on. Sorry. I should have had
No
this pulled up.
And let me know if you're right too, by the way.
Whether or not I remembered which sibling is the instrument maker.
If it's in bulk or not, because I can't remember. I don't have your document up in front of me either.
Yeah, I was right.
Excellent.
In bulk, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna roll a deception check for you.
Yes, please.
Oh my god.
Because I do have an instrument that in bulk gave me.
You get a 25.
Yeah!
And she says, "Really?
Did you eat something weird at this party? Maybe you shouldn't have any more to... And he just makes a drinking motion.
Oh, do you want something?" And she like reaches in and pulls out a cookie.
God bless.
No,
Oh.
I'm good.
You sure? They're really good.
Yeah, my nerves are kind of bad at the moment because this is probably
still
the
calm you.
biggest... Nah, I'm good.
Okay. And she just stuffs it in her mouth.
Did your beau see you just do that right now? Because if you... you need to have better manners.
And she starts looking around. And like, no, he's conveniently laughing at this moment at someone's joke.
Okay, yeah, mind your P's and Q's. If you are with Lord Quinnock?
Gwynnock.
Okay. All right.
And by the way, I told him that this language here that we're speaking is the secret imperial language that only royal people know.
Oh, that's great. Please don't write anything down.
Oh my god.
I won't write anything down. What sort of idiot do you take me to be?
All right. I have to get back on stage and do my job that I was paid handsomely to do. We're going to have a chat.
Samhain, he's so big and successful because he's got jobs entertaining people. Wah, wah, wah.
You had a job too at home, and you had to leave.
And I did. And now I'm looking after myself just fine, thank you.
Okay. The fact still remains, we're going to talk about this later, not at the party, because I am being rude, air quote. He's like, got his hands in front of him, so the Lord cannot see him.
Yeah.
Rude. By keeping you detained from your beau, air quotes. We will chat. Where can I find the estate when I come to call on you?
Yeah, and she tells you.
Okay, cool. All right. I love you. I'm not very happy with you at the moment, but I love you just the same. I will see you later.
I love you too. And she just spins on a heel, and like she almost trips because she spins too fast and like is a little wobbly.
Yeah, I straighten like behind her, like I grab the back of her dress just to steady her a little bit, and goes easy on the heels, and then like let her go and just gently push her, slow steps.
Thank you. And she sort of like takes a deep breath and tries to calm herself, and she puts on sort of this like almost regal face of just like, I am above everything. And she just sort of calmly steps forward towards Lord Gwynnock.
Okay, cool.
And laces her arm in his.
Yeah, Solid's trying not to throw up in his mouth right now. I would like to survey the room. Where's that bear?
Yeah, that bear, let me check on something quickly. Yeah, that bear is loose and is charging at Kaz and Lady Iria.
I can't remember. Did I give Sawin sleep
I will check if Samhain has...
for a spell?
I will check if Samhain has the spell Sleep. Samhain does not have the spell Sleep. You have Calm Emotions.
That has to be done on a humanoid, though. It cannot be done
Yes, you are right. Sorry, that cannot be done
on a
bear.
creature.
I would like to posit that all these stipulations, like you can't hold a bear, you can't knock out a bear. Bears may be the most powerful creatures in this game.
So wait, so it...
Bears are beasts. Anything that affects beasts will affect bears.
Okay. I don't remember what spells I have.
Let's see. You have
Oh.
Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, Message, Mending, Comprehend Language, Thunderwave, Disguise Self, Floating Disc, Identify, Shatter, Invisibility, Detect Thoughts, Calm Emotions, Arcane Lock, Non-Detection, and Tongues.
I also have universal speech, right?
Universal Speech. You have Comprehend Language and Tongues.
It would be part of my class features.
Oh, yes. Yes, you have Universal Speech. You have gained the ability to speak and reason with any single creature. Yes, as a bonus action, you can expend one of your uses of your Bardic Inspiration. When you do so, roll the Bardic Inspiration die and choose a number of creatures within 60 feet of you that you can see equal to the roll.
Okay.
For 10 minutes, the chosen creatures can magically understand you, regardless of languages they speak. Well, we've got to check. Works even on creatures that don't speak any language. Cool. There you go. Yes. You can speak with bear if you want.
Amazing.
I like it.
Okay, so can I tell from the way this bear is rushing if it's like just trying to get away because it's crowded and noisy in here, and that just happens to be the most isolated corner in this room, or?
Yeah. So I think let's cut back just a second or two and discuss the breaking free of the bear, because I think it matters.
Okay.
So the bear is like a pet bear.
Yes.
That is like on a leash. Think like Avatar Season 2.
I have not seen Avatar, so this is lost on me.
Excellent. I'm really glad. You should see Avatar. It's a lot of fun. Avatar Season 2. There's an emperor with a pet bear. It's very funny.
This episode brought to you by
Matthew stealing from Avatar too.
No.
Matthew steals from everything. Yay. Yes. Yeah. No. So it's a bear. It's on a leash. It's probably there as like an entertainment thing on some level, right? It's like this is the sort of thing that rich people do in this world, where they have like, ooh, I have a pet bear. You know, that's like the whole thing. And the bear is probably largely tame. It was probably raised in captivity. But for some reason, it has broken free of its restraints. It has now mauled a noble.
Oh,
and
shit.
now
Okay.
is like charging towards the back corner. It looks enraged and angry, and several guards are sort of moving into position to deal with this. It's a very crowded party, so there's a fair amount of like bodies between things, and so it makes it sort of hard to get to positions. And the guards are trying to move through it, but the bear is sort of creating an alleyway, which ironically is creating difficulty for the people around the bear, or like who are trying to get to stop the bear, because the mass of humanity is spreading out and pushing them further back.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to even get to the bear in the first place.
Okay. Well, is it the bear within 60 feet of me?
Yes, the bear is definitely within 60 feet of you. It's probably about 40 feet from you right now.
Okay.
But it's like 40 feet of like barely passable terrain if you're trying to move there because of humanity being so crowded. So, but for casting spells, yes, it's within 60 feet and you can see it.
Okay. What kind of food is on the table closest to me? Do I have fruit available?
You can have fruit available, no problem. Yeah. This is like there's a lot of seafood here in general. This is a seafood heavy party because it's Chalestra, and Chalestra is a seafood heavy city. But our country, Racy, is a seafood heavy city. But yes, there's definitely fruit and delicacies. There's bananas and pears.
Okay. All right. I'll make do with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would like to do universal speech on the bear, and try to calm it.
Okay, so you're gonna cast your universal speech bardic inspiration die.
Yes.
Okay. I will expend a use of your bardic inspiration. Bam.
Okey-dokey, artichoke.
And your die, is it a D8 or a D6? I think it's a D8, right?
It's a D8 now that I am level 5.
Great. 4. I rolled 4, so 4 things can understand you. I'll assume the bear.
Yes.
Anything else that you want to be able to inherently understand you while you're trying to suit the bear? Someone else that you want to know, like, hey, I'm not goading it on, I'm trying to...
Do I know the bear's owner?
You would have seen him, so yeah, that's certainly a possibility. He's like shouting, "Oh no, Esther!"
What? What's the bear's name?
Esther.
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 Okay. Yeah. All right. I want him to know.
Mm-hmm.
I want. Oh, is it too much if I want Blackice to know? It is his party. Do I want him to know I can do this?
that is between you and... I'm going to rule that you can't because I think he's far enough away. I think he's
Okay.
sort of migrated to the other side of the party. He's actually been heading upstairs slowly.
Okay.
So,
I want...
balcony area.
Alright. I want the nearest guard to the bear, or like the guards closest to the bear to know. So how many are close to the bear?
You can spend the rest of your slots on people close to the guard. So two on the guards closest to the bear.
Yes. And then Kaz, because I want Kaz to have the heads up that I'm doing this, and not
Sounds
somebody else is doing this.
Yeah, works for me. Okay, so the bear can understand you. What do you want to say? The bear and guards and Kaz and the noble can all understand you.
Yes.
What do you want to say?
Oh, my friend. Esther, is that your name? I understand that this party might be a lot for you, but I have some fruit if you will take a moment and breathe. I will bring it to you if you stop charging at my friend.
Yeah, the bear roars aggressively and ignores you with a...
Okay.
And then like charges towards you and starts like smacking at nobles on the way, and just like slashes at a noble here, slashes at a noble there. A guard sort of comes up to it, and the bear just like pounces on the guard and like leans down to bite the guard like in the face, when suddenly it stops and like it twitches a little bit, and it just sort of and like spins and like starts charging back towards Kaz and Lady Iria.
What?
In control.
Oh.
At this point, I think is when Juniper returns to the room, and Thomas, you are available for this as well if you want to be. So at this point, I'm going to have... I think probably the best thing to do here is to have everyone roll initiative so that we can have a turn order. So I'm going to add a turn order.
Well, how long did those conversations take approximately?
Long enough that you can have done something if you would like. In fact, I think actually that's what we're going to do. We're going to, again, turn back the clock again. And say that, like, and we'll have Thomas have a Thomas moment that will end again with the bear going wild. And that's going to be...
That's what they'll call it in the nursing home.
Thomas, you're up. What do you want to do?
If this bear is loose, that's enough of a distraction that...
Let's roll back the clock a little bit. What did you do? I gave Juniper a moment to have a conversation with Mela. I gave Salman a moment to have a conversation with Istara. What do you want to have? What does Thomas want to do?
Right. I wasn't sure if all of this was happening while the bear was active, or because like last game the bear broke loose and then we called it before any of this stuff happened, I thought. Or
yes, but we're being
tell me how much time I have there.
You have enough time for a conversation.
Okay. Well, just to lay it out a little bit, where's that servant?
Which servant?
The elf that dropped off the briefcase.
Yes. They are standing awkwardly in the doorway to the back. They look like they're waiting to get a new tray of drinks to circulate with.
Are they far away from the briefcase?
40 feet.
That suits. So Thomas is connecting that they're at a party. How many other elves are on the floor right now as servants?
Definitely a fair number of them are. A fair number of the servants are elves. Probably, there's probably like, let's see, at a party like this, there's probably like 40 servants, and I would say like 20 of them are elves.
Okay, if someone has gone to a corner and Juniper has vanished into thin air,
Mm.
then if this is pre-bear, then he doesn't have much hope of a distraction, although presumably the bear would be a very good distraction.
Yeah, well, if you'd like to wait for the bear, that's totally reasonable.
No, he's not waiting for anything because he's got a very bad feeling about this.
Okay.
Because while there may be other elven servants on the floor, the fact that it was an elf that dropped off the briefcase is significant to him because he doesn't, based on his experience during the Cimmerian conflict, and based on how he knows that has likely shaped Blackice's views, he does not believe that Blackice would trust an elf as a messenger for something so important, unless the fact that they were an elf was the point. So, how close is he to the briefcase now? Because he was.
How close do you want to be? You can be
any.
You can have. You've been waiting for this moment. You can be in any position you want to be.
Okay. I would like for him to be able to run over to that table within like a few steps. Is there a curtain or a tapestry or something along the walls?
Absolutely, yeah. There's tapestries all along the walls.
Okay. This would be better if it was invisible, but he's going to cast Mage Hand. Should be able to lift up to 10 pounds and move up to 30 feet from him.
Yep.
He's going to, I don't know, trying to act busy with the stuff on the table. He's going to slide the briefcase back up to the wall and underneath the tapestry, up the wall as far as it can get from him. And
so you're trying to use the Mage Hand to push the briefcase towards the wall. That's the idea?
And slide it up the wall behind the curtain.
Great. So the Mage Hand gets the briefcase and tries to push on it, and the briefcase is too heavy.
All right. Okay. Are there any windows close to him?
Yeah, there's a couple of large windows sort of along the walls. They mostly have curtains that sort of are wrapped up to the sides. Sort of wrapped. I don't know what the word is. I should know the word. But whatever, that old school sort of wrapping of curtains up and things so that you can see through the curtains. But there's definitely, you're on the side of the building that sort of looks out and has a view of the harbor and the water. And so people sort of like the curtains to be open so that you can sort of see outward. The moon has risen and is a goodly size.
Okay.
Waxing gibbous, in fact.
Sorry?
Waxing gibbous, for those of you who are curious.
Oh. I don't think monkeys have much to do with this, but okay. I love you too. Okay. He's going to grab a couple of drinks off of this table and start making his way back towards Quick Eyes. Hold on, let me see if this is a somatic spell. 1 second. Yeah, it's verbal and somatic. I have no idea what somatic components Flock of Familiars would involve. But as he is trying to fuss with the stuff on the table, he's going to cast Flock of Familiars.
Okay.
Hopefully for them to materialize around where Mercury is sitting with the gargoyles. Although I don't know how much control he has over their location.
Yeah, absolutely. They appear there, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to say to them, Mercury, you take the lead. Get this thing out of here now. Get it as far away from here as possible. And
do you want it to be messy, boss?
Say again?
Do you want it to be messy, boss? I don't know if I can do this subtly.
No, make as much of a mess as you can. All of you. You might need to work together. I forgot to do his accent. Sorry. You might need to work together. This thing's going to be heavier than I can move. And he's going to take a couple drinks and start putting distance between himself and the table.
Okay. Yeah, so putting a distance between yourself and the table also puts distance between you and the bear event that is coming up shortly, just so you're aware.
Okay, that's fine.
I just want to make sure.
He's heading towards Quick Eyes.
Excellent.
Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. Here are some drinks.
Yeah. Quick Eyes, just to be clear, is heading up the stairs. He's actually walking in the company of Primarch, Magli, Blackice, and another general. And it looks like they're heading up the stairs.
Is the general
So-
one of the ones we were just talking with?
Yeah, he was just chatting with him before, and now he's walking up the stairs with Quick Eyes again.
Doesn't matter. Still following.
Yeah, and let's see what's happening. So now we're gonna have our moment, and I think this is the moment where everything sort of is gonna hit the fan simultaneously. So we're gonna have to make decisions about what we're dealing with and what we're not dealing with. So a bunch of things are about to happen simultaneously. The bear gets loose and seems to go after Kaz and Lady Iria. A guard is going to come running through the doors and say that the crowd is getting restless and violent. Mercury and his flock of familiars are about to fly down and attempt to grab this briefcase and then break through the window and fly to freedom, right? In a very prison break scene.
You know, like
And
the Little Mermaid, where like all the sea creatures are like flopping up onto the deck of the ship.
And unbeknownst to any of you, the person who is supposed to receive the briefcase is also going to try and get the briefcase at this moment. So, from that perspective, now we're going to have our initiative check and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to add some people here. Oh boy, a lot going on. Put Kaz there. I'm just gonna put you on the map, but don't worry too much about it. The map is really more of a placeholder than anything else.
I rolled my initiative.
I need to roll mine.
I see that.
I would like to roll my.
Okay,
Thank
you can roll your initiative yourself.
Okay.
Oh,
Hella.
damn, girl, damn.
9 for Juniper.
That's the middle of the road for me. I either suck or I'm aces.
Would I have had enough time by the time I got out to just like grab Mellow Stepwise's drink?
Yes, absolutely. What do you want to do with it?
If I have like a vial on my person and my bag, would I be able to just like pop it on in there?
Ugh, that's vile.
Would you have a vial on your person, on your bag, and even in this party?
The bag. Honestly, I would have had a thing for, like, hypothetically, I would have had a thing for detect magic. So that's one of the things that I had prepared.
Okay.
So I could just dump the ruby dust and
Perfect.
replace it.
Yeah, that seems perfectly reasonable to me.
Okay. Because otherwise it would seem kind of contrived. So I just goodbye spell.
For Gaz. And let's add a bear. Just for the sake of adding a bear. A bear?
It's absolutely unbearable.
Things could get grisly.
Damn.
Oh, that's old. Whatever. Too big, but whatever.
Oh, he's so cute though. Nobody hurt Esther.
Ooh, and he's super slow, which is good for you guys. Okay, and then I have a secret person on the initiative as well, just so you guys are aware of that.
Cool.
Thomas, you have a 22. Someone, you're up next, theoretically, unless someone goes in between you guys. But either way, Thomas, you're up first, and you are also in control of Mercury, I presume. So
it's a concentration spell to summon the flock, so he's definitely not going to jeopardize that.
Okay. So the flock of familiars is going to fly in.
Okay.
That's the plan? Does that sound right?
Yes, that's the plan.
Okay. Do we know their speed?
I don't know, do we? Their speed is...
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that costs money. I'm not paying for a new pseudo-dragon asset.
I would pay for a pseudo-dragon.
Well, if you want to buy it and gift it to me, you should feel free to do so. But instead, I'm going to give you a...
Careful what you wish for. It doesn't say anything about this necessarily. It just says spirits that take animal forms of your choice. They're going to be Mercury's backup dancers, basically.
Yep, I'm going to give you a... Mercury is now a red wormling. There he is.
Oh God, what happened to you?
And he's got a silver wormling as a backup dancer and a bronze wormling as a backup.
Oh, and just by the way, previously, we So basically, it says if you already have a familiar conjured by the Find Familiar spell or similar means, then one fewer familiars are conjured by this spell.
Yeah, so you get 3 total.
I was going to say, previously I got 3 when I should have gotten 2. However, I don't know if we want to retcon that or not because it was in the past. And
too long ago.
Now, since I've hit, 5th level, I would have 4, but instead I would have 3 like before.
Oh, got it. Right, because it upcasts. Okay,
Yes.
so you get 1 more. Is that correct? You get 4 now?
I would have 4, but since
Perfect.
Mercury is already in play, I only have 3 according to this spell.
No, I think you get 3 additional ones. You have a total of 4 from you get Mercury counts as one of the flock, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
So you get 4 familiars total. Great. Okay, sorry,
Yes.
I was
sorry.
No worries. Okay, so they've got a fly speed of 60 feet. Okay, and they're up there acting like gargoyles. They're going for it. Okay, so their plan is to dive, grab, and lift off.
Godspeed. You funky little dragons.
Okay.
I love this.
They are able to grab it, and they start flying towards the window, but don't get through it. They get, like, there-ish.
Are they, like, towards me?
No, technically you're on, like, a flight above them.
Okay, I was going to say, who's that icon? But this is...
That is technically you, but you're, like, a floor up.
Gotcha.
So I'll put you, like,
so cute. They look like a little boy band. They're all different colors, but in the same pose.
Okay, yeah, that was huge. Sawin, you're up.
Okay, the bear's not stopping.
No, it looks like it's charging. It stops attacking the guard and spins to attack Kaz and Lady Iria.
Fuck. What else is around them?
There's a couch there that Lady Iria was sitting on. The stage is not far from there. There's a couple of people. There's a couple of guards. In fact, let's add a couple guards to the map just for the sake of adding a couple guards to the map. But you can keep going.
How far is the stage?
From Kaz and Lady Iria, about 20 feet.
From me?
About 50 feet.
Fuck. All right. Can I have my violin on me?
Absolutely, you do.
I am, and there's a wake, like a path that the bear has carved.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. How did they get this bear inside this building, anyways?
I'm sure they got special dispensation to do so.
No, I just meant, what door did it come through?
Oh, the main front entrance.
Of course. Are we upstairs, or is this the first floor?
You're on the ground floor. There's balconies sort of along the sides above you that lead out to, like, sort of that overhang balcony that looks out on the crowd.
Okay.
It looks like that's sort of where Blackice is heading.
Okay. Do I know from the outside of the world, when I was walking up to the building, I know that there is more than just this one room on the first floor?
Yeah, absolutely. There's sort of back rooms with cleanup stuff, and then there's sort of side rooms with some not offices is the wrong word, but like they're using them for like construction right now. But there's also restrooms and things like that on the first floor.
Okay. I'm gonna try to see if I can get the bear to come back towards me so I can lure it out of the ballroom.
Okay.
Because it's obviously a problem at this point in time, and I'm gonna use my spooky, scary violin to do so.
Okay. What are you doing?
I basically, I don't want to play something that has a lot of energy, but I do want it to be loud enough that the bear hears it and turns around. But I want it to kind of be like soothing. I want to be like the Pied Piper, but for bears.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have a methodology for doing this, or is this just like you're just trying to do this with music because you're a bard?
I'm throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Well, yeah, that's totally reasonable. I'm just checking.
Well,
I'm just checking. There we go.
Well, because I know that talking to it in the universal speech got its attention a little bit. Definitely. But I'm thinking I need a little bit more oomph, and my violin has that oomph.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. I like it. So you are going to tap into the arcane magics of this violin, unknown magic circles that it is.
Yes.
Yes. So it's the whole thing is tapping into sort of unknown forces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't I get command with this violin?
Yeah. Do you want to command the bear?
Yeah, I would like to use that. I don't know how many instances I have of that, but I would like to use that. Okay. And then I want the command to be follow me.
Okay. Let me check. Okay, yeah. What's your spell save DC? Do you know? I guess I can check because I don't have your character.
Yeah, it should be on the sheet.
It is 15. Okay, let's see what the bear has.
Probably low because it's a bear.
One would think, wouldn't one? Okay. The bear fails its wisdom saving throw.
Amazing.
With a 13.
Cool.
And does indeed turn and start following you. Do you start walking?
Yes.
Or it turns to start following you. It doesn't actually start following yet because it's not its turn yet, but mechanically speaking, it turns to follow you.
Cool. Yeah, I want to face the bear so I have eye contact with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to walk backwards through the crowd to the door that leads into the hallway to basically put it in one of these side rooms and leave it there until we can figure out what's going on with it.
Okay. Yeah. So everyone in the room hears Samhain's like haunting violin melody just sort of emerge from this violin, and like it's a very weird sound. But the bear immediately reacts to it. You see it like sort of twitch a little and spin, and sort of spin towards Samhain. And that is the end of Samhain's turn. Okay. Let's check a couple more things. Pardon me while I quickly pull this up. How much health? Okay, that's not a good sign. So you hear a voice shout, "There! What are those things? Guards! Guards!" And several of the guards turn and start pulling out crossbows to shoot at our pseudo-dragon friends. So let's do that. Pseudo-dragon has an AC of 13. Cool. 1, 2. Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
3 and 4. Good. 2 hits. Let's see what we get here. Nice and bad. Okay, one of the pseudo-dragons takes a crossbow bolt, but seems fine. Another one takes a crossbow bolt through the brain and just disappears.
This is not my fault.
And now there's only 3 of them clearing it, and you see them like actually almost struggle under the weight. They like sort of collapse a little bit under the weight. And then a shadowy figure jumps up and tries to wrench it free from the pseudo-dragon grip. So I need a strength saving throw from the pseudo-dragons. So yeah, Sarah, can you roll for the pseudo-dragons for their strength check?
20. I think they have a negative.
They have a -2.
Okay, so I'm rolling 3 individual d20s, or
no? It's just going to be 1 for the 3 of them, because all 3 of them are needed to hold it at this point.
Okay.
Sadly, that is a failure. So this shadowy figure just jumps up and wrenches this briefcase from their little claws and falls back down to the ground and then just sort of starts skittering into the crowd, almost disappearing. Another guard sort of backs up into the room, and you see the doors are slowly being slammed shut as sort of people start getting a little bit more agitated from the crowd, and things are looking intense from every direction. And Juniper, what do you want to do?
Okay. Okay. I am very close to a bear. But where exactly is the mysterious shadowy figure? Would I have seen them?
Roll a perception check.
Yeah, I'm like, if I see them, I might have a plan. But if I don't, then well, bear, you know?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Just bear. Okay, I'm rolling
That's a GM roll.
perception. Where are you, my friend? There you are. 19. Bear's right there.
Yeah. So this person's trying to fade into the crowd, but you actually have a very clear image of this person, mostly because they're wearing, actually, like, at first it sort of looked like they were shadowy, but actually they're like wearing full-on black coverings that are supposed to be like illusion-y and blend into the crowd and things like that. But you were just very attuned to illusion magics in general, and so like you just see this person very clearly.
How many buckles?
How far away are they?
Sort of. See, that's you. They're actually not far behind you. Maybe 60 feet behind you, but there's a fair amount of crowd in the way.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if I'm within 30 feet, I could do something. Okay.
It's difficult terrain to get to them because of the number of people here.
Okay. All right, I'm thinking. I have to think fast. Okay, so I want to be able to have other people know that this is the person. I'm gonna go towards them.
Okay.
Let's see what my speed is.
What is your speed? Is 25?
Yeah.
All right. So you can get about 15 feet towards them, so you're about 45 feet away from them.
Yeah, still not close enough.
And you're like shoving people along the way, and people's like are almost stepping on you. In fact, I think someone actually steps on one of your tails.
That
and you
hurt
squeal.
like hell. Thank you a lot.
Yeah. It's a crowd of people.
Yeah. Oh gosh, would that cantrip work? 30 feet. Range is 30 feet. Okay, can Thomas see me?
Yeah, Thomas is above you, but Thomas can see you.
I'll whistle.
You'll whistle.
I think we agreed that earlobe tugging was the thing, but that's fine.
Well, yeah, but he can't see me. And
what does a fox whistle look like?
Like
it's just
like
Juno opening her mouth and screaming.
Is it like an enthusiastic blep?
No, I mean, I think Robin Hood whistles in the Disney Robin Hood movie.
You know what? That's a
I
good
was just thinking of a real fox, honestly.
What does the fox say? Sorry.
The fox says, "Look, you've had enough. I'm cutting you off. We need to take you home."
yeah, seriously, I did that though.
Yep, already. The fox
Okay,
said
I'm
that.
gonna say the silent image longer. 60 feet. Silent image is 60 feet. Silent image is 60 feet. Okay, I'm gonna cast silent image. There goes another spell slot. Hold on, let me put that down. Okay.
I know you bards and wizards are so low on spell slots.
I'm gonna cast silent image, and I'm going to have a guy dressed all in black, covered in buckles and belts, and he's going to sidle right up next to this guy, look directly at Thomas, and eat a potato.
What
a
the
raw
hell?
potato, and then walk away.
I quit. Bye. I'm retiring to an island.
I want Thomas to know this is the person. He's gonna like look at Thomas and be like, "Hey, take a bite of a potato, all casual, and slip into the crowd."
Can I just drain my drink as a stupid free action?
Yeah, of course. Draining your drink is literally a free action, by the way.
But this way, Thomas will know who the person is, so Thomas will be able to see them.
What person?
The person who stole the thing.
He's aware of where the dragons are. Why did he just look at him and eat a potato?
Not where the dragons are, where the guy who
No, he
stole
saw
the
what
thing is.
happened
Oh,
with
he
the
did.
dragons.
Okay, never mind. Hold on. He's not gonna eat a potato. I am trying to find a way to hold this dude. Fear is a 30-foot radius. That would cause mass chaos.
Because everyone's so composed right now.
Cool.
Illusion is 30 feet. Silent image.
Hey, what if you had like magic missile or something?
I am not magic missiling somebody. They will notice it is me doing that.
Yes, because casting spells is so subtle.
Unless the point of silent image was to create another person to appear to cast it.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Don't listen to me. I'm gonna shut up. I'm sorry.
Okay. So in that case, I'm gonna cast silent image, and I'm gonna have it be the guy all in black, and I'm gonna have him walking very quickly towards, like, from the other direction of the shadowy figure, like walking towards him, like very quickly, and then I'm going to have him stop and like try to catch his eye and look directly at him, and put his finger up to his mouth and smile and wink and then disappear.
So your goal, what's your intent here? What do you want his reaction to be?
I want him to think that this person is out to get his shit. It is now going invisible, but has made it like a clear challenge.
So your goal is to provoke him?
Yes, and I want to provoke him to go in the opposite direction of where he's going.
Yeah, why don't you roll a deception check for me?
Okay. Trying to find a way to do this without potatoes.
Oh my god.
Oh, hell nah. Hell nah. Okay. That was an 8. That was an 8, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you do this, and it would have been effective, except that there's a problem. What you made was an illusion, and people are acting very, like, chaotically, and so someone, like, walks right through him while he's winking. And so it becomes clear that this guy that you're making, Buckleman, is an illusion.
Crap.
And there goes your turn. Nia, hi, welcome back.
Hello. Oh,
Really glad you're here. Everything's very stressful right now. I just thought I'd let you know.
Hooray.
And not that I wouldn't love to give you more time to get it acclimated and adjusted, but it's your turn, and there's a tired bear.
Oh, cool.
So the bear has been commanded successfully by Sawin to follow Sawin. So theoretically, it is on its way out. However, that being said, it was also earlier. It made a beeline to attack either you or Lady Iria. Your guess is as good as mine as to which. And then was distracted by a guard, almost ate the face off a guard, but then spun around to attack you again, rather than anything else. It hasn't actually attacked you yet, because it hasn't had a turn yet. Its turn is next, though, and currently it's commanded by Sawin to follow, and you are aware of that. And Sawin is trying to get it out of the room. What else is going on at the moment? Well, Sarah sent a bunch of familiars to try and grab the briefcase. Someone else spotted the familiars and told the guards to shoot them down. They shot down one and injured another. And then someone was able to jump up and grab the briefcase and rip it from the pseudo-dragon's paws. and start running away. A man dressed all in black, or a person dressed all in black. It's not
I'm still proud of
better than
them.
I'm also proud of them. And then let's see what else. Juniper tried to cast an illusion to trick that person into going into a different direction, but none of that stuff has really worked out yet.
No.
And now it's your turn to figure out what the heck you want to do. But basically, this is actually a perfect example of life mimicking reality, because there is total chaos going on around you. What do you want to? And you have no idea what to do. What do you want to do?
Oh boy. Okay. I don't think I know anything about the briefcase stuff going on. At least not yet. So the immediate threat to me is the bear, but since Solon is leading it away, I think for now I'm just gonna hold an attack if it gets aggressive in any way.
Great. So you're going to draw your weapon and hold an attack for if it comes towards you.
Yes, if it acts aggressively towards anyone.
Okay. The bear has its turn and starts walking calmly through the crowd, and the crowd backs up towards Samhain, and then gets to Samhain.
No.
Oh.
And Samhain.
Shit, I should have stipulated that I keep a 10-foot distance between me and the bear. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. And that's the bear's turn.
Oh.
What happened?
Nothing happened.
Oh.
The bear just walked up to you.
Okay.
Cool.
On the other hand, I think I already mentioned that there are secret people in the initiative order. Samhain,
Yeah.
pretty sure AC is lower than 21.
Fuck me sideways.
No.
Yeah. Someone shoots you with a crossbow.
That's fucking dirty. I'm gonna end them.
You are welcome to try, but let's hope that you survive the attack first of all.
No.
What happened? I can't
21
see
points
shit.
of damage.
What?
It was a sneak attack.
What?
So
That's
Samhain.
all my health points.
No, it's not. You
No.
have 38 health points.
Oh, okay.
You're at 17. You're at 17.
Star was gonna murder all of us.
On the other hand, Samhain does need to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain the command spell.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. I'm not gonna be able to do that.
It's not so bad. You just have to beat a 10.
Yeah.
Would
But
you
I
like
have a
me
plus
sorry,
like 2 to my Constitution, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not very great.
You get a 4.
Oh no.
So
Fuck
you drop
me.
the command spell, and the bear is now free. Unfortunately, it spent its turn walking towards you. It doesn't get another turn now, so it doesn't have anything to do for a little while. Thomas, we're back at the top of the initiative round if you want to do anything.
Cool. Okay. How far away is he from Blackice and them?
Yeah, probably, like, I mean, you were sort of walking calmly, so probably about 30 feet of difficult terrain again.
It's difficult
you were to
terrain on the
shove-
second floor as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Okay, he wants to try to keep them in his sights. But also, hopefully nobody notices because he's... I mean, wait, hold up. Okay, so he saw what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's going to broadcast to Mercury and them. Oh, sorry. I guess we are tilting.
Okay, I guess not. Okay, sorry.
That's it. Sorry. He's going to broadcast to Mercury and them. If it's moving the package away from the party, that's a good thing. Harry them, but follow them. Just beat them with your wings. Just give pursuit. Don't just find out where they're going. But we want this thing away from the ballroom.
You got it, boss, and they start flying towards it immediately because they're sharing initiative with you. And they start sort of like flapping at it and trying to distract it. Basically, they're setting up so that it has disadvantage on anything that tries to do that's violent in certain positions. They're providing the help action to anyone who's trying to do anything against it to a certain extent.
Yes.
Sound fair?
What are Blackice and Bulks doing?
Yeah. So Blackice's turn is initiative count 15. So I'll announce it at that point.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
How's Quick Eyes and the other general looking?
Mm-hmm. They look like they're having an intense discussion. And Blackice looks like he's sort of ignoring him, like listening to them politely rather than listening to them attentively.
Since things are chaotic, can I use part of my move to try to get closer?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to use all your moves to try and get closer?
Yes, but if he can keep his back to the wall, that would be optimal.
Perfect. Yeah, you're along the wall, along the edge, and things like that. Samhain, there's a bear in your face. It's no longer under your command.
Bare-faced.
Oh no.
Okay. Do I know which direction the crossbow came from?
Yeah, you have a crossbow bolt in your back.
In my back.
Mm-hmm. It was not just a backstab; it was a literal backstab. It was a back shot.
Motherfucker. Where's Algernon? Where's that a-hole?
I don't know.
He's probably the one that shot me.
Yes, that's the sort of thing that Algernon would do.
Well, I don't know him. He took my memories.
It's 100% true. He definitely took your
as far as I know, this man has ulterior motives.
That is 100% true. He does.
Okay. I am going to put space between me and the bear.
Okay. Are you going to disengage?
Shit. That takes me completely out of initiative order. Correct?
No, it takes you. It costs you your action this turn.
Fuck.
To disengage. It means you can't do anything. But no, it does not take you out of initiative order.
I'm at 17 hit points.
You have 5 temporary hit points from me, so technically...
So you're at 22, that's actually right.
22.
Sorry, I forgot to add those last time. So you're at 22.
Not ideal. Once I use them, I lose those temporary hit points, right? I don't gain them back.
You
No.
do. You do for aid.
Oh, for aid, you do? Great. There you go.
Amazing. At the start of each of my turns?
No.
No.
No, your hit point maximum is technically increased by 5.
Yeah.
So if you heal, you can go above your max.
Okay, yeah. Because I built Samhain as my first bard ever who doesn't have any fucking practical spells like healing himself. Okie dokie artichokes. I think the best bet would be for me to disengage at this point because I got fucked over. Pretty hardcore. And that's my action. Does that also eat up my bonus action?
No.
How far is Juniper from me?
Probably about 30 feet.
Okay, so there's giving someone bardic inspiration is gonna be noticeable, right?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, sure, but Juniper already is known to be associated with you, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so I'm gonna just shout at Juniper and go, have any tricks up your sleeves? And I'm gonna give her bardic inspiration.
Great, Juniper, you have bardic inspiration. That's an extra D8 on anything that you need to do for the next minute.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because that is all I can do, folks. Because I cannot see the screen.
Would you like to move?
Yeah. If I'm disengaging, yes, I'd like to.
Yeah, you've disengaged. You can also move on top of that if you want to move.
Okay. Is there a way for me to get to a place where my back's up against the wall so I could see the whole room?
You can certainly try. Being able to see the whole room is hard in a room that's this big and has this many people in it. But yes, you can get your back up against the wall. No problem.
Yeah, I would like to get my back up against
Mhm.
something so I'm not shot in it again.
Mhm.
And I can
Absolutely.
see it coming maybe next time.
Yeah, absolutely. There's like a side exit here that's like to a servant's entrance. And you're like on the wall. You're now on the wall next to that. And there's like a little bit of blood pouring out of your back right
Amazing. Yeah, great. Ruined my clothes.
Mhm.
Fabulous.
now. I'm sorry. I'm totally sorry.
You would think the boning and the corset vest would deflect some of it, but no. Go
But
figure.
no.
The bear going wild and all of these sort of shouts and the chaos of everything that's going on at once, like the people inside now are like quite frantic and frenetic. People are sort of shoving towards exits and pushing towards things. They're trying to get away, as if this bear was something like really scary. And like the guards are trying to are like doing a fight on two fronts. They're trying to keep the nobles away from the front door because the nobles are trying to like push out the front door. But meanwhile, like on the other side, the commoners are trying to find their way in. They're trying to shove into the front door. And so there's a lot of like just movement and frenetic energy. Everything's sort of losing touch with things. A couple of the guards are going to shoot at some pseudo dragons because that's the only thing they can think of to do that is useful from their perspective. So I think 3 guards are going to take shots.
Damn.
That's a natural 1. That's another natural 1.
My babies.
And that's a 16. Okay, let's roll 1d3 to see which one it is. Okay, yeah. Another pseudo dragon is hit, but none of them are dead.
Another different pseudo dragon?
A different pseudo dragon was hit.
Okay.
That's why I rolled that 1d3. Mercury Prime is still good. Yeah, so the guards are like trying to reinforce the door, shove the nobles back. There's chaos inside. There's a lot of servants running around like crazily. A lot of people are like, "Where's my coat? Someone get me my coat. I don't like this party very much." And so a guard shouts up and says, "Primarch, what are we to do?" And Primarch Magli Blackice walks forward and says, "We will give the people what they want."
What?
And he turns and begins walking towards the balcony above the square so that he can start shouting out to people next turn.
Okay.
Juniper, it's your turn.
Ooh. Okay. I have a few options and I'm not prepared. Okay. That dude is still really important, but also Salwyn and Bear.
Don't worry about Salwyn.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, and Kaz and Bear. Oh man, it wouldn't be possible for me to cast 2 spells in one turn.
I would happily allow you to if you can either come up with a reason or allow me to give you a cost that you don't know what it is. Or if you were a sorcerer with the quicken spell or whatever it is.
Yeah.
1 spell per tail.
1 spell per tail. Yeah. Okay. So what I kind of want to do, like, between me and Mysterious Figure, there's a lot of people in that range. Yeah. Fuck.
Yes.
Because hypothetically, I could cast Fear, but that's everybody. Hi, Lois.
Don't scare my children.
Yeah.
Your children will be fine.
But it would make them drop whatever they're holding and run.
Theoretically.
Running basically away from me and towards the people in the door. But I kind of like, I was considering whether I should go invisible and then do that, but I don't think that's going to be a good idea. Okay. All right. I am going to, I mean, people are going to see me go invisible.
Yeah, spells casting is not subtle. That's the thing that's always worth remembering. There's literally an ability in the sorcerer's thing called Silent Spell, which makes your spell casting subtle. So because that ability exists, we have to assume that everything is not subtle otherwise. There's no way to subtly cast magic.
No, there isn't.
Mm.
Okay. I am going to. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm lost now.
I think fear's a great call.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna just take another like step or two into the crowd. And I'm gonna point at the guy. And I guess I'm gonna be like, hey, I think he stole something, and I'm gonna say stop, put it down, and then I'm going to cast fear, which is each creature in a 30-foot cone. I'm sorry, dudes. So I'm gonna get out a white feather and just use that up. And project a phantasmal image of creature's worst fears. Each creature in a 30-foot cone must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or drop whatever it's holding and become frightened for the duration. While frightened, a creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its turns, unless there is nowhere to move. If the creature ends its turn on a location where it doesn't have a line of sight to you, it can take a wisdom saving throw.
All right, so I'm going to roll a whole slew of these. First of all, for the entirety of the crowd, let's see how the crowd does. The crowd gets a 3. So the entire crowd in the area is afeared. Now for our assailant, let's check on them. They get a 13. Is that enough to avoid this?
How would I know the difference?
What's your spell save DC?
It doesn't.
Yours. It's on your character sheet.
Oh, hold on. Core. Oh, 15. It's not
15?
enough.
That is not enough. And now we have our lovely pseudo dragon friends.
I'm so sorry, pseudo dragons.
They get a natural 1.
I need them to be mobile.
Okay, so everyone sees something that fears them intensely, and they are going to start fleeing by the safest possible route from their perspective. That is people on this side. I should also roll for the guards, actually.
Oh my god.
That are in this area. Guards succeed.
Yeah.
So the guards are the ones who are able to sort of maintain order. And anything else you want to do on your turn?
Well, if they're running, I'm gonna go straight for what he dropped.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're charging forward, and there's a lot of chaos and action, and you are able to get to this briefcase. Kaz, you're up.
Oh boy. Okay. Would I be able to tell that the bear is no longer under
Yes. In
Sam's
fact, it
control?
spins away from Sawin and looks towards you and Lady Iria.
Perfect. Okay, I am going to grab my mother's necklace and use Channel Divinity Abjure Enemy against this bear.
I love it.
So he has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Great. Let's see if the bear can make a Wisdom saving throw. Hold on. Where my darn?
And the DC is 15.
There it is. Gets a +2. Cool. See if you can beat that. It gets a natural 20.
Okay, well,
sorry.
Not frightened, but speed is halved.
Okay.
On a successful save, creature speed is halved. Yeah, okay. Or until he takes damage. Okay, that didn't work how I wanted it to, but okay, I'm going to use my bonus action. Seeing an arrow fly towards Samhain, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Samhain.
Okay, Samhain, your AC goes up by 2.
Thank you.
Your armor class is now 18.
You benevolent bean, you.
That's what I do. And I'm just going to use my movement and get up in this bear's face.
Excellent.
Yep.
Okay. And one of the guards joins you and takes a swing at the bear with an attack roll. And hits! Wow, ain't that nice?
Master.
I'm so glad. And they're rolling with a thing. So they get 6 points of damage into this bear. Ain't that grand?
Neat.
And the bear's turn is now. So the bear is going to deal with the guard first. It's going to bite the guard and then claw at Nia twice. Claw Kaz twice. It bites the guard.
Yikes.
Wow.
26.
And the bear kills the guard.
Oh my god!
And then it's going to claw at Nia. Claw 1, claw 2. My internet seems to be slowing down. I assume a 14 misses.
Misses.
Okay. And claw 2.
Misses.
26.
Oh, what? Oh,
Oh, roll
26.
3 times.
I
I'll
see.
take the first 2 then. So
26
14.
definitely hits.
Yeah, so it scratches at your armor that you're wearing and just sort of like scratches at it, but can't get through it. And then like the second claw just like, it almost comes around, it's almost like a fist to your side. It just like rams into you and you can feel like your ribs sort of buckle under the weight as the bear hits into you with its claw. Let's see how much damage this does.
Oh!
Sorry, minus 3.
Okay.
Too much. It's 14 damage still.
Still nasty, but you know.
Yes, be very glad that you did not take both hits. So the bear slashes at you. And then, like, it's trying to get past you. So it's actually going to move 5, 10, 15. It's going to move over here. It's still staying engaged with you. But it's like one eye is elsewhere. And you know what, guys? We've been going for a little while without a break. So we're going to, before the top of the next turn, take a brief break. And when we come back, we will finish this whole nonsense. Thomas, you're up next.
Okay.
And all that good stuff. Feel okay, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah!
I just feel stressed.
Super duper.
All right, what time are we coming back?
Let's say 7 minutes. We'll be back at 7:10.
Okie dokie, we'll be back at 7:10.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Cameras are live.
And we're back. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for enjoying this wonderful show that we're putting on. We're having a grand time. Not stressed at all. I was definitely not stressed eating challah bread during the break.
Nope.
And this is definitely not my third LaCroix. Yes, thank you so much for watching. We will be back with our other game, the Delving into the Tomb game on Thursday this week. I'm excited to go back to that. 3 of the main characters are captured and imprisoned by a certain evil person. Hubert Songshore's organization has kidnapped them, and they are all now, locked up. And the 4th person, the team member, said to me, "Do I have to save them?" And I said, "No." They can save themselves. So we'll find out what happens. Who knows? I don't know if I would trust her, though. She's a wily one. Also, there's a chance. I don't know yet exactly what's going on with this. I might be right. I might be wrong. But there is a chance that this weekend there will be something totally different on this channel. Yes, something very, 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 very different than normal on this channel. Hey, it happens sometimes. Weird things happen, but it's likely that due to coronavirus outbreaks, my concert event that I was supposed to be putting on this Saturday may be canceled, and there's been a request from some people that instead we stream it and make it a streamed concert instead of a live concert. Our own little way of fighting back against the
Circumstances.
virus. Yeah, so I don't know. We may do it. We may not do it. It's a little bit up in the air still, but there's a chance that you could come hear some cool, weird music if you wanted to on Saturday at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time on this channel. Who knows? It's probably not up your alley. It's up my alley, but I am very weird. I hope that we've established that by now. If we haven't, hi, I'm Matthew. I'm very weird. And so that may be happening on this Saturday. It's also still up in the air, so I don't want to swear that that's what's happening. Okay. Did I have anything else I wanted to say? Oh, yeah, always credit your collaborators, because people who you work with and are working with you are awesome, and fuck people who don't credit their collaborators. It's also good for you to credit your collaborators. Sorry, that's just a pet peeve of mine that has come up a couple times in the past couple days, and it felt pertinent, and so I'm sharing it now. Fucking credit people that you're working with.
Like, why the hell wouldn't you?
Why the frick wouldn't you? That's just like the dumbest thing to do. It also, like, guess what? If this is so dumb, but if like you credit someone that you're working with, like, your sales will go up automatically just by default, because you know why? Probably just their mother will buy it to support them, and so that's one more sale. Okay, so just fucking credit people. Okay, just do it. Just do it.
We'll set a bear loose in your house.
Yeah.
Darn straight.
Oh, bless.
Okay.
Oh, bless.
Meanwhile,
Oh.
Thomas,
Yes.
there's a bear loose in your house. What are you doing? I mean, not your house.
Not my house, homie. So
There's
okay.
a Primarch walking to a stage. There's a bear loose downstairs that's looking to attack Lady Aria. Samhain has received an arrow in the back from somewhere. Your pseudo-dragons have lost control of the suitcase. Your friend has cast a fear spell, causing people to run in all directions. But fortunately, that suitcase has been dropped, and your friend apparently is about to pick up that suitcase.
Mhm.
And there might be a riot going on outside. It's a little bit hard to tell.
So he's not going to act on Blackice. I think it's really interesting. Thomas is in a really unique position here. It's almost like, especially if the floor is like on the Roll20 layout, it's almost like he's looking out over a chessboard, and he's got a view of everybody and everything that's going on here. And that's just crazy. So with that perspective, he is... I mean, obviously the dragons are frightened. If Mercury and he have a telepathic link, I can imagine that, you know, he's aware of this. He's going to try to say, okay, so when pseudo-dragons are telepathic, like, he's talked to people besides Thomas.
He certainly can.
Okay.
Has he, though?
I think like a couple times, and he didn't talk to Juno, and that
He
was like a
doesn't
source of
like Juno.
irritation.
I mean, yeah. He
uh,
certainly picks who he talks to.
yeah.
Juno looks yummy. That's the problem.
Oh my god. Snack attack.
Watching you.
Like I don't keep him in calamari anyway.
He definitely prefers fish. It's true.
What's it? Thomas is going to say to him, Mercury tried to pull it together. I need you to tell Juniper to open a window and fling that thing out. The two of you take it from there. If she can turn invisible, wonderful. Wait, no, Thomas doesn't know that she has that ability.
Yes, she does. Yeah, he does.
He does?
I've
Because
mentioned
they've...
it before.
Yeah. Okay,
It's come up.
Okay, I keep that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you need to roll a wisdom saving throw for your pseudo dragon to see if it's like, or an intelligence saving throw, to see if it's like smart enough to like not to be able to control itself through the panic.
Mm-hmm. Can I give Mercury my inspiration?
100%, yeah. So D20 at advantage. He's got a +0.
Oh, D20. I'm trying to figure out how to make that happen. Because I've just been clicking D20s for him.
That's fine.
But I just click 2 of them?
Yeah, sure. We'll just take the higher one. 18 is a success. Sure thing, boss. Hey, Juno, get the thing out the window and maybe turn invisible.
What? Okay.
And by the way, Thomas is physically sticking close to Quick Eyes because he doesn't trust anything that's happening right now, and he's squishy.
Yes, fair enough. Very fair. Excellent. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
That will be that.
Yeah, so you approach Quick Eyes, and like Quick Eyes sees you, and just sort of like gestures for you to like come right up, and like he just sort of puts his arm like on your shoulder, and sort of like holds you and like starts steering you around.
Yep.
And you see that he is guiding you pretty effectively to a place where there are a fair number of guards who look organized and together. And some of them off duty, some of them on duty. But
nobody's off duty right now.
Exactly. They're all on duty now. Some of them technically off duty. Some of them are, let's say, wearing finery and have ceremonial garb rather than like practical garb, but they're all on duty now.
Shit-faced. Yeah.
No comment. Sawin, no one shot you in the back this turn. What do you want to do?
What can I see from my point where my back's up against the wall?
Yeah, I'm going to roll a perception check for you if that's okay.
Yep, that's fine.
17, nice. Yeah, so you see, I think you can see the aura of the fear spell that that was cast by Juniper. So you can sort of see that bubble of fear over there and sort of the chaos that's erupting there. And then sort of the flux of chaos elsewhere. You notice that there's like actually a second bubble of a second fear spell that someone else has cast somewhere in this room. That like, and you're like, oh, that's interesting. That's probably led to sort of the buildup of tension in this room. Someone else was casting fear spells. Let's see. You can also see Juno has the briefcase. With a 17, you can't see the guy who has disappeared into the crowd who had it before. And let's see, you can see the bear, and the bear is like eager to get to Lady Iria. It seems like it might have to deal with Kaz first, but it's eager to get to Lady Iria. You can also see up on the balcony that Primarch Magli Blackice is about to walk through these grand double doors out into the open air and speak to a large crowd of people.
Okay. Does anybody... Is fear a concentration spell?
I believe so, yes.
So does it look like anybody's concentrating on that second area? Like anybody who doesn't look panicked?
Let me just do a quick measurement. Sorry. The problem is that area, you can see the aura of it, and because you're sort of attuned to that sort of thing. But it's like 120 feet away from you. So there's just like too much humanity over there for you to be reasonably able to see who it is.
That's fine. Where's my buddy Algernon?
Algernon is sitting on a chair drinking a drink right by Lady Iria, not with her, but near her.
Does he look disturbed by the bear at all?
Nope, he looks perfectly calm.
The fuck? This man is a mystery wrapped in an enigma. Okay, and how far are they from me?
So when you backed up to the wall, you had to back up in the opposite direction of them. The bear was sort of between you and them. So you are now about like 80 feet away from them. On the other hand, the area is very clear where you are. This is no longer difficult terrain because of bear.
Where's the door in relation to me? The one that I was trying to go out of and lure the bear out of?
Yeah, 5 feet to your left, there's a hallway out to like a servant's quarter.
Cool. How many times can I use command with my violin?
Once per long rest.
Fuck. What's the other one? Suggestion?
I think that only works on humans. So.
Can we double check that?
Yep. I'm pulling it up.
Cool.
A creature within 30 feet. You suggest a course of action, a course of activity limited to a sentence or two, and magically influence a creature you can see within 30 feet that can hear and understand you. So it has to be able to understand you. The bear can understand you because of your magic. That's awesome. Creatures that cannot be charmed or immune to this effect. The suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable. So you cannot command someone to stab themselves or throw themselves onto a sphere, etc. Wisdom saving throw, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so you could walk to the bear and make a suggestion, absolutely.
I don't want to be within range of the bear. How good is that? Like, what's the footage on that suggestion?
30 feet.
Fuck me sideways. Okay. Is there cover at least that I can duck behind, like put between me and the bear?
Up part of the staircase to the next floor and sort of you could speak from behind the railing. That's your best bet.
Okay.
There's enough cover.
Okay. That doesn't do for... Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. Are there food trays?
Yes. And many on the floor and a lot of shrimp on the floor.
Amazing.
Oh, God, no.
Okay. I'm not gonna have enough hands to do this. Fuck.
Do you have Unseen Servant?
I don't think I do.
Someone does not.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. My AC is 18 now anyways, right? Because...
Yes.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna take that gamble that my AC is high enough that I don't need to make other preparations for what I'm about to do. I am going to put myself at the stairs on the railing. Now that door that I'm currently next to, can that be barred?
Barred? What do you mean?
Yeah, can I make the bear go out into the hallway, the servants' hallway, and we bar the door to keep the bear out of the ballroom?
Oh, yeah, you could, barricade it. It opens in, so you could get some people to, like, drag some furniture to block the door.
Cool.
It doesn't have, like, a lock on it, though.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to see if the doors could be, if it was just an open door frame, or if there were doors on it.
No, there are doors on it.
Amazing.
And we can block it, yeah.
Cool. So I'm going to get on the stairs. I'm going to play the spooky, scary violin.
Okay.
I'm going to cast suggestion on the bear and tell him to walk out into the hallway.
Her, by the way, just for the
Her. That's right. Esther.
Go out to the hallway. Excellent. Yeah. So you're casting suggestion on the bear. Hoo boy. Okay. Yeah. I will roll another wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, out into the hallway and down, like away from the ballroom.
So bad news. The bear got a 17.
Fuck me sideways.
So sorry.
Okay. Okay, and now I'm out in the open.
No, you're behind the railing.
Behind the railing, but I mean, it's see-through, right? It counts
Yeah.
as half cover.
Yeah. Half cover.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Are any of my other spells a bonus action?
I don't think you have any bonus action spells.
No.
Let me check.
Just-
I don't see any of the typical bonus action spells. Wait, that's Kaz. Sorry. I'm like, you have Shield of Faith. You got Shield of Faith. Wait,
Yeah.
you don't have Shield of Faith. That's not. No.
Okay.
Oh, is Mage Hand a bonus action? Sorry. I don't know. No, it is an action. Yeah, no.
Okie dokie artichokes. Then I am. How many bardic inspiration die do I have left?
You've used 3. I don't know what your total. I can check.
I
know
think
what
I
your
had
total is.
4 or 5. It depends on what my charisma is.
Sorry, you've used 2 and you had 4, so you have 2 more.
Okay, I'll spend another one. This time I'm gonna give it to Kaz.
Okay. Kaz, you have a bardic inspiration. That means if you feel the need to add a d8 to a roll, you should feel free to add it.
For the next minute.
Okay.
10 minutes.
Do I have to use that before I make the roll?
No, you make the roll, but you're not allowed to know whether you hit or not.
Okay.
Right? So you make the roll, you get like a natural 1. Obviously, you don't waste the bardic inspiration. If you get like a 13 or 14, you don't know what the bear's AC is. Might be worth it. You never know.
Gotcha.
Makes sense?
Yep.
Cool. And that's your turn, Samhain.
Yeah, that's it for me, fam. I cannot do anything else. I'm absolutely useless in this ballroom.
It happens sometimes. Excellent. So let's see. Primarch Magli Blackice starts walking regally out the door and towards the masses outside, prepared to make some sort of speech or say some sort of thing. You guys are all inside right now. So with none of you right now can hear it. Thomas, you could position yourself in a way where you could hear it, but you would have to you would be relinquishing any control over this room, basically. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's pretty sure he knows why Blackice is hightailing it, and he thinks it's more important for him to stay on the scene.
Sounds good. Works for me. Okay, 2 more guards are going to shoot at Mercury and friends. So 19, that's a hit. And a 22, that's a hit. Let's see. I'm going to roll randomly for which ones they hit.
Well, there's only 2 of them left.
No, there's 3 of them left.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it.
Nice. Okay. Well, neither of them hit Mercury Prime, which is possibly good or possibly bad, depending on how you look at it. Ooh, ouch. And yep, both go down. Mercury Prime is totally fine,
My baby.
but both of your other pseudo dragons go down.
No.
Panicked guard motion.
Does that basically end Find Familiar? Or
Flock
does
of
that
Familiars
end
is
Flock
over.
of Familiars? Okay,
Yep.
so I don't have to concentrate anymore. Okay.
Nope. But Find Familiar is still up, obviously.
Yeah.
Juniper, it is your turn. There's a briefcase at your feet.
Okay, real quick, I want to touch it and feel if it's like whirring or vibrating or moving or warm.
It is slightly warm.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to.
It's not purring, it's not vibrating, it's not moving in any way, shape, or form, but it is definitely warm.
Okay. Juno is going to try and convince the guards that this is a dangerous thing that those strange dragons dropped.
Just run.
Or not. God, I don't know. Okay, she's just gonna shout, there's this thing's dangerous, we need to clear out, I guess. Because I know that she needs to get it to the window, but I don't know if she knows if she has time. I don't know. I'm sorry. I had this whole time to plan.
No, it's fine. I mean, there's a lot of panic that's going on, right? Everyone's panicking about everything. That means that we don't know what the right course of action is in any given moment. So there's a lot of stress in this moment.
God, if only there was a disco.
Okay, so she's gonna try to shout and convince everybody that this thing is dangerous and we need to run and clear the place. And I'm gonna just bolt for it.
You're gonna leave it there and bolt.
Should I?
Theoretically, this is the briefcase that you guys were asked to intercept.
These rogues are still in play.
Okay. It's warm. It could be like a bomb or something.
It could have been laying out in the sun.
That's true. I can't like sneak it open.
My God, it's
Of course
a lot.
you could. You want to try and open it? Of course. No one's tried to open it.
I'll try to open it. Just a
You wanna-
little peek.
Don't do it.
little
It's a
peek.
mimic.
I'll do a little
Okay.
peek.
So you want to sneak it open
Uh-huh.
and take a little peek inside? Yeah. So you try and open it a little bit, and the suitcase, the briefcase like sticks together a little bit. It like you have to kind of pull it apart, and inside you see, it looks like this weird glowing, like effervescent blue substance that is sort of with like these chunks floating in it. I want you to roll an Arcana check for me.
Can I use my inspiration?
Absolutely.
You used it
for
already,
this
didn't
one?
you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, cool.
I didn't use my inspiration
Cool.
already.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Garcos, you
so
Garcos.
Arcana?
Mhm.
God, come on, girl. I'm good at Arcana. Okay.
Yeah. This is something that is new, but it is a combination of two things which you are relatively familiar with. One of which you are very familiar with, and the other which you are sort of less familiar with, but know what it is at least. And this is sort of the two of them sort of being combined, which is weird. The one that you are very familiar with, the chunks that are sort of floating in the blue liquid are all soul wood. And the blue liquid is a substance known as Earth's blood.
What?
Which typically comes from Abarak. It's a fuel substance that that is highly sought after, and it's also useful in as a magical component in a lot of powerful spells. And it weighs a lot more than one would expect it to weigh for its substance.
Would it seem like that combination is somewhat dangerous?
I don't think you know. I think that your immediate thought is like, it's weird to see these two, like normally a spell calls for Soulwood or it calls for Earth's Blood. Seeing both of them in the same place is more weird and off-putting than inherently, like, you're not looking at this and thinking nuclear bomb. You're looking at this and thinking like, why is there an engine in my, I don't know, book? You know, like it's like more weird than anything else.
Okay. I don't want to cast invisibility on myself in the middle of all these people because they're going to see me go invisible.
Paying attention.
Are a lot of people paying attention to me?
The guards are. So there are a couple of guards near you who succeeded their saving throw on the fear spell that are paying attention to you. But beyond that, no.
Okay.
Probably 2 or 3 guards.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm always like so slow in my rolls tonight.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Or my actions tonight.
It's also worth pointing out that, like, just for the record, I want to first of all, I don't mind a little bit of slowness, but second of all, like 3 of the 4 of you are playing characters that always approach situations from a sideways angle, and your spells and abilities reflect that. Like none of your spells, like none of you have things like, hey, there's danger, cast fireball, it's obvious. All of you have spells like, okay, I need to come up with a way to make this effective.
God bless
Right.
Kaz.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He will save us all.
I'm just gonna hit it.
Yeah, I mean that's 100% the right call for you, Kaz, right? But like everyone else on the team is more oblique in their motion.
Okay. So this is clearly dangerous. Like, is it heavy enough that I could throw it?
It's very heavy.
Like, would I be encumbered trying to get it to a window?
What's your strength?
My strength is because I just want to assume what Juno knows and what
Yeah.
based
What's
off
your
what she can do. My strength is I have a 1.
Ooh, damn.
You have a
So
+1
Juno.
as a strength mod?
Apparently, I have a strength mod.
Gino's jacked.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It's heavy, but it's not like it's definitely heavy, and you like notice it when you're carrying it. But if you're not carrying a lot of other stuff, it's almost like carrying like a pack to go backpacking almost, except that it's in a briefcase.
Okay.
So it's heavy, but it's not like unbearable.
Is there a way that I can like find somewhere that doesn't have any people that I can just kind of like toss it into?
You want? I mean, the spot with the least people that you can see right now is where you are.
Oh.
It's you and 2 guards, and everyone else is sort of fleeing from the fear.
Okay. Shit, I don't know what to do. Because I mean, technically, he told me to get it out a window, but I don't think that's really possible because there are guards in between me and the window. I'm gonna shit, sorry. What to do? I genuinely do not know what to do here. I'm sorry, Sarah. I know that you have all these plans.
No, don't. No, I have no say in this. It's you and Juno. You got this.
You got this.
Sure, I got this.
You certainly have it.
Yeah, because I don't know if casting illusion is gonna do it for me. Like casting invisibility is gonna be a good thing for me here. And I don't really know what to do with this thing. Sorry guys, I'm holding everything up.
You're not. It's okay.
Stop worrying about that, and just think about the situation, right? What does Juno want in this moment?
Well, she wants to get it out of play.
Okay. So how does Juno do that? How would Juno do that? Don't worry about other people. Just how would Juno in this moment get this thing out of play? Would she pick it up and run? Would she pick it up and turn invisible with it? Would she kick it? Would she turn and flee from it?
I think she would try to is it possible for her to turn it invisible?
If you turn invisible, anything you are carrying turns invisible. I would be comfortable with that. Yeah, you can turn it invisible. Can you can cast invisibility on someone else, right?
Yeah, I can.
Yes.
Great. Then yeah, absolutely.
Well,
You
it's
can
a
turn it
creature
invisible.
you touch. That's not necessarily a person.
Well, would you try? If that's what Juno would try, then let's do it. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so she would try to cast invisibility on it and just like kick it into a more empty space and just go for it. Just run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you reach forward and you touch it, and you cast invisibility, and the thing turns invisible. The briefcase turns invisible, and you then kick it, and you feel it, and I think it actually hurts your toe to kick it. So it doesn't necessarily go that far, but you do kick it somewhere. Now no one knows where this invisible object is, with the possible exception of you. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
But to get it, you would need someone who can see invisibility or yourself.
Yep.
And hope that that's there. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, it turns invisible.
Okay. Would I be able to use a bonus action to try to get away from it?
Yeah, absolutely. You can use your
Okay.
movement to get away from it.
Okay.
I think you used your bonus action technically to kick it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna get closer to Kaz and Iria and all them.
So one of the guards calls out and says, "Hey, you! What did you do? Where'd it go?" And he starts chasing after you. But he doesn't get close enough to attack. But he does look like he wants to attack you, to prevent you from doing this. He's convinced that you're part of a secret organization that is anti-whatever and wants to stop you. Which, to be fair, he's right. Although for all the wrong reasons. Kaz, you're up.
Oh boy. I know I said I'm just gonna hit it, but I really, truly feel like this thing could probably take out the remainder of my hit points in its turn. But you know what? It also might not. I don't know.
How many hit points do you have?
36. Oh boy. Seems like a gamble, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go with it. I think it's what Kaz would do.
Kaz is gonna attack the thing.
Yep, she's going to go around to the front, hoping to cut off, buy some more time. Bonus action, Valve Enmity to get advantage on attacks. And oh boy, let's hope this works.
Would you like to add your... Oh, you have advantage on the attack. Roll again.
Yeah. Oh, I did it only roll once. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna...
So it's a 15. Would you like to add your Bardic Inspiration to that?
I sure would.
Why don't you roll a d8?
Oh, 17. Does 17...
17 hits.
Oh, thank God.
Would you like to roll damage?
15 slashing damage.
Do you want to add a Divine Smite into that?
I don't have enough spell slots.
Okay.
Okay, one more hit. Oh boy. So does a 16 hit?
16 does not hit.
Damn it.
Yeah, so you charge in front of this bear and you just you take one giant slash at it, remembering Samhain's song, and you just sort of rip into its paw, and it sort of skitters back, and then looks at you, and then it like comes back at you, and you just sort of slash at it weakly, but you're scraping its fur. You're not able to get into it for some reason. It's just like there's something about this bear that's very thick and hideful. Anything else that you want to do on your turn?
Nope. There's nothing else I can do.
Okay. The bear twitches twice, like head just sort of goes twick, twick, and then it just stares at you for like a whole half a second. It's actually moving really slowly, and then its head does like the owl thing, except in front of your face, and it does a full spin, and then sort of locks back into place again. And then it tries to run past you towards Lady Iria.
Oh, son of a dick.
It does trigger an attack of opportunity if you would like to make one.
Yeah, for sure. 27 hit.
That definitely hits.
12 slashing damage.
The bear is still alive, but it is not looking healthy. And it is going to roll. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. This is against fear. If you are immune to fear, you are immune to this effect.
Everyone?
Everyone on the floor. So no, not you. Thomas, you are fine. Right, Selwyn, I need to roll for Selwyn.
So
I'm considered on the floor when I'm on the stair?
Yes.
Damn.
Oh my God, I rolled a 6!
Wait, who?
Oh.
Oh no.
6.
A 6 for Kaz is a failure. Kaz, you are afraid of the bear. Let's see. Our dear Juniper is fine, and then Nia, was that for Samhain?
Yeah, but you rolled before.
No, you're supposed to roll for Samhain. I'm not. Sorry. So we'll take your rolls. Samhain is not afraid as well. So Samhain and Juniper are not afraid. Kaz, you cannot get closer to the bear than your current position. And the bear is then going to use a bonus action to make an attack against Lady Iria.
Aster.
Yes, natural 20.
Yikes!
Okay, a natural 20. So it's that's 4d6 plus 6 with a slash.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I love you so much, but fuck yes.
No.
23 damage. Oh my god.
How much?
23 damage. Oh my god. Okay. So Lady Iria is down,
Fucking shit.
falling unconscious on the ground right now. Let's see. Do I have
Who's next in the initiative order?
Yeah.
Thomas and then Sawin? Although there are some secret people that I have to run for first.
Okay.
But I think when Lady Iria goes down, Samhain, you who are very keyed into this, see Algernon stand up and point towards the bear and start muttering something under his breath. Thomas, it is your turn.
Wait, it was Algernon's turn just then?
Nope. He's just that's my symbol that he's getting into the initiative order now. Like the bear has now done something that is worthy, that like from his perspective is worthy of involving himself in the scene.
Interesting. Okay.
This motherfucker.
No. Okay. All right. Well, Juniper has not been sharing much with Thomas. As a result, he trusts her to have this handled.
Bold of you.
No, reasonable of me. Because
Very reasonable of you.
You've been very close with Kaz, and you've been sharing secrets with Stalin. Thomas knows nothing of this. Okay. If you've got the... Okay. Did he see what happened with the bear just now, with the head spinning and...
Roll a perception check for free. Yes, you saw that. And I think you were drawn to it because you saw people's like reactions to it. Like people were freaking out. Oh my god, what is happening?
Okay. Well, the bear is a huge distraction right now, and while that could benefit what he might perceive as Juno's escape with this thing, it's also it's almost as much of a danger as... Okay. But something is clearly influencing this bear.
Yes.
Because unlike most bear, it's going all exorcist. Okay.
It's an automaton. This is some bullshit.
Are they near to where he can get to the balcony right now?
Near to what?
Are they near to where he can get to the balcony right now?
He who? You?
Thomas.
You are on the balcony.
Yes.
Oh, you want to be near them?
Yeah, I want to be near the railing.
Yeah, you can. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can get near the railing if you want.
Okay.
So I think as you do, one of the military people's like, "Sir, you might want to stand back," just like in a protective mode, you know. But you can ignore it. They're not like pushing you back or anything like that.
He's ignoring them. Okay. So fairy fire is 60 feet by 20 feet. Would that be enough to reach a chunk of the floor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. In that case, he is going to use his last spell slot. Where? Okay. I'm trying to remember where his token is in proximity to...
That's Juno. There he is.
Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he's gonna spread this out. He's gonna extend his hands and he's gonna spread this fairy fire out 60 feet down and away from himself, and hopefully the 20 feet is enough to drop to the floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
From where he is.
Yeah.
Because there's more at play here than it seems.
And so your intention here is to illuminate anyone who's invisible or...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or very good at stealthing.
Yeah.
It's concentration. I don't know what I need to do for this. Is it just a d20?
Nope. Just happens.
Okay. All right. But it is a concentration spell, so just FYI, he is concentrating on that.
Okay. I have added a token to the map. I'll ping it for those who have the map. I think it's really funny looking. It makes me happy. It is now illuminated by fairy fire. There is a person that appears to be wielding a crossbow of some sort. They are sort of on the opposite of the perspective where they would have shot Samhain before, but maybe it's the same person.
He also wants to say, Mercury, help Juniper.
Sure, boss. Sure, boss. And Mercury flies down to Juniper's shoulder and just sort of lands on Juniper's shoulder and starts hissing at the guard.
Oh my god.
No, don't help me. Stop.
Focus.
No,
at the guard
Juno's
behind
seriously going to be like, stop helping me. You're not helping.
Yeah. So he hisses at the guard behind Juniper. And that makes it Samhain's turn.
Cool. So with the fairy fire, can I see the outline of the crossbow?
Yep. He's
Cool.
across the hall from you, though. It would be, yeah. I mean, if he got from one side of the hall to the other side of the hall, he's very fast. But it's certainly possible.
What's the range on shatter?
That's a good question. Shatter, find me. A loud ring noise, 10-foot radius, 60 feet.
He's 120 feet away.
15, 20, 25, 30. He's about 90 feet away. And it's 60 feet. But there's no difficult terrain for you anymore because the place is largely cleared out. There's a mass of nobles on the southern side.
Cool. Guess what? I'm going to get within range and cast Shatter on his crossbow. Fuck this man.
Yeah, I love it.
Or fuck this person. I don't know who they are.
Yeah, they appear masculine. No, but you never know.
Yeah, fuck them and the horse they rode in on. Or the bear they rode in on, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. So Shatter is okay, so
I'm casting it on the crossbow, so...
Great. So 10-foot radius. Yeah, you will hit a guard if you do this.
Ooh, yikes.
Guard's wearing armor, right?
Yep.
That's a chance I'm willing to take.
Sounds good. Guard fails.
Oops, sorry, guard.
And the assassin... I'm just for damage.
Fail.
Fails as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna roll, let's see, 3d8.
Well, was it like, so if it's on the crossbow, then the people in range also have to do it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to work that through in my head because I can't see this.
Yeah. So you cast it on the crossbow. The crossbow explodes.
Yes.
The crossbow is gonna fail no matter what. It has no chance of succeeding this. And so it explodes no matter what. Everyone within range of the crossbow, everyone within 10 feet of the crossbow, including the guy, have to save or take the damage.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I guess, Nia,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be rolling the damage, not me. So, Nia, can you roll 3d8 for me? Sorry.
Sure.
I'm sorry, guard.
Cast at level 2. Oh,
Perfect.
oh,
Thank
that's
you.
better. 10.
10 damage. Nice. So, yeah, so the assassin takes 10 damage, and the guard goes down.
Oh no.
Which happens sometimes. Collateral damage. Anything else you want to do on your turn? You had to move and to cast that spell. And the assassin sort of like looks at the crossbow like that has exploded in his hands and like just sort of looks up at you and like sees you and then sort of like looks around and can't see the briefcase and like looks like he's gonna run.
Okay. I don't have bonus action spells. We've determined.
Yeah, I don't think you do. I don't think so. No. There aren't that many of them.
From the way the body is positioned, do I know which way he's going to run?
Yeah, he's gonna run exactly opposite of you. It's almost like you cast a fear spell on him. He's running away from you, towards the other exit on the opposite side.
How tall is he?
Human height and human shaped and human sized and human.
Okay.
I mean, you can see his ears. His ears are rounded, so they're not elven. He's not a lizard. He's not.
I mean, he could be in
goblin.
disguise.
He absolutely could be in disguise. Yes, but from all that you can see, he appears human.
Yeah, no, that's fine. How long does fairy fire last?
A minute.
How many or like how many
10
seconds has
rounds.
it been? What?
Oh, 6.
It's been 6 seconds.
6 seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
But he can leave the area of the fairy fire. It doesn't stay with him.
Oh, I thought
It's an AoE thing that like everything
okay.
in this area is illuminated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There isn't anything else I want to do because everything else is going to require me to do another action. So
Feels totally appropriate.
did I use all my movement?
You can go 5 more feet if you want to.
Yeah, sure. I'll move the 5 more feet to see if
Okay.
I can maybe give him chase.
Yeah, that also brings you closer to Kaz and all that stuff too,
Cool.
because that's sort of the direction you need to go. He sees you. It's his turn. He got an 18 on the initiative order, and you have a 19. And he just turns and bolts. He moves, dashes for his action, and dashes for his bonus action because he's a rogue.
Damn it.
And so he moves. That would be 105 feet.
Damn.
Algernon looks at the bear and looks at Lady Iria and then looks at Kaz, and he says, "Don't fight me, strong one!" And he casts a spell on you. Do you want to resist?
I have no reason to mistrust him, so
Okay.
I'm not going to resist.
You are hasted.
Sweet.
I'm going to symbolize that with a snail because I find it
Okay.
The guards at this point are very confused about what to do with Juniper, and like don't really know what's going on there. But the one that was closest to the one that's escaping says, "The assassin! He's escaping!" and starts chasing after him. Not that he knows that it was an assassin or anything, but he just saw someone who looked mysterious running away and starts chasing after him. And that guy was sort of a leader, so 2 of the other guards sort of follow behind. A bunch of other guards are sort of at the door. And you can hear Primarch Magli Blackice's voice. It's sort of muffled through the walls, but like speaking loudly and resonantly. And when he says something, at one point, the entire crowd breaks into cheers. And you can tell immediately that the tenor of this thing has changed in 12 seconds. Juniper, what's up?
Well, I'm gonna just kind of bat at fucking Mercury and be like, just stop. And I'm gonna be like, look, I was just looking at that thing. Like to the guards, like I was just looking at that thing. It looks incredibly dangerous. I didn't want anyone else touching it, so I kicked it. I can show you where it is later, but I think that's the guy that you need, and just point off at that dude and be like, I'm an innocent bystander here. Please go away, weird ass dragon. And
yeah, so Mercury sees what you're doing and sort of launches off your shoulder and starts flying towards the bear. Yeah, roll a persuasion check on the guards.
Can I use the point of inspiration on that?
Yeah, absolutely. You
Yes.
use any d20 roll.
Okay, so I just roll a regular persuasion, and then I would add a 1d8.
Yes.
If you'd like.
Okay,
You
so
can roll
I'm gonna
first.
roll the persuasion.
Oh.
Hell,
That's a
love it.
5.
And I would roll the 1d8.
If you would like to, you don't have to waste it if you don't want to. It
That
could
would
work
be a
still.
waste, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily. I'm not supposed to tell you what the DC is, but I will tell you it's not impossible for you to succeed this roll.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
You succeed this roll.
Hella.
I love Bardic Inspiration. Oh, bards are so great. Yeah, with an 8 rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die, that raises you to a 13. The DC was 12. And
Thank you so much.
You're
they have
welcome.
a lot of panic going on right now, so they're like willing to trust anything that sounds like it might be correct. And so they're running that way.
Okay, I'm just gonna get up to Samhain's speed. Be like, hey Samhain, what the fuck? I guess was that my action?
Yeah, it's an action to do that,
Yeah, so I can't cast anything at this point.
unless you have a bonus action spell, which you probably don't.
No, I don't.
There aren't that many of them.
No, hell no. All right, I'm just gonna be like, look at Samhain, what the fuck, and then just end it there.
Kaz, what do you want to do?
Oh boy. Okay. Do I get a chance to save against fear, or is that the end of my turn?
Technically, it's the end of your turn.
Okay. So with haste, could I take the attack action twice?
Mhm.
Which would be 4 attacks.
It would be. It gives you an extra attack, so it makes it 3 attacks actually.
3 attacks. Okay, makes sense. Well, I am going to go for it.
So technically, you're not in melee with the bear.
I have javelins. If I could. use
Excellent.
those.
Perfect. Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're throwing 3 javelins at the bear.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's see what happens.
Let's do it. Javelin attack 1. That
No.
misses. Javelin attack 2.
No.
That misses.
Oh no.
Javelin attack 3. That hits.
Okay.
Roll damage.
God damn it. And I don't think I can pump a divine smite into these, can I?
I don't remember. I think you cannot do Divine Smite on ranged attacks. Let me check.
No, it says melee.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no.
Okay. That's a 12. 12
12 points of damage to the bear. Nice. Did not seem to like that at all, and it roars again. Roar! And sort of spins to attack you. And that's what it's going to do. It charges towards you. Sorry, do you have anything else you want to do on your turn?
Let me see if this is casting time, 1 action. Nope, don't have anything else to do.
Okay, then it charges towards you. There's this javelin sticking out of it as it's like lumbering towards you. It wants to charge, but you're actually too close for it to charge. But it does still get to attack you, and it's going to do so. Big thing is we don't want the second and third attack to hit you. Okay, I want to be clear.
Boy.
If the first and third attack hit you, that's fine. If the first and second attack hit you, that's fine. We really don't want the second and third attack to hit you. Okay? Just saying, for the record, that they have bonus damage if both claw attacks hit you. So the bite attack, a 21.
Oh, that hits.
What's your AC?
It's now 20 with haste.
With haste, it's 20. Okay. Claw attack number 1.
Oh my god, that hits.
Claw attack number 2.
That doesn't hit.
Excellent. Oh my god, you have no idea how relieved I am. Excellent. Let's check the stats on this entire bear. Okay, so the first thing hits. That is 1d8 plus 6 damage.
Okay.
That's 9 points of damage on the first attack. The second attack, which also hits, is...
Okay.
15 points of damage. So that's 24 points of damage total. Are you still standing?
I'm still standing.
I love it. I'm so glad that you're still standing.
Just barely.
Monsieur Dagmar, what are you doing?
Oh my god. Okay. So with fairy fire, would I theoretically be able to see the outline of that invisible suitcase?
Yes, you would.
Okay. And it's not near Juno.
No. Juno's been moving away from it.
Okay. And Kaz is not looking great. But he's not a healer.
Don't worry about it.
Oh god.
Spits blood.
Yeah, puking blood. Okay, how are things looking on the balcony? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, several of the guards have gone to watch the speech of Blackice. The balcony looks much calmer than it did not that long ago. Say what you want about him. He's evil, for one, but he's definitely got like a force of personality, and like his presence, people are drawn to listen to him speak.
Okay, what about Quick Eyes and
Quick
the
Eyes
general?
Quick Eyes has just recently said like, oh fuck this, and just like goes up to a guard and just commandeers the guard. The guard's like standing there like protective, not really doing anything. He just commandeers the guard's spear and like walks over to the balcony. He's about to chuck it down at the bear. It's not his turn yet, so he hasn't done it, but he will in a minute.
Okay.
He's on 16, so.
Thomas grabs his shoulder. He says, "Watch your back. Don't die." And he takes off. He's heading down the stairs. He's trying to get to the briefcase.
Okay.
He wants to use his full movement.
Okay. How fast is Thomas?
I think he's actually faster in the water.
That would not surprise me.
Also, that's a hell of a question to ask someone.
How this night has gone with Quick Eyes.
That was not Quick Eyes. That was your DM. Just for clarity's sake.
No, I know.
Is a nice, happy,
he has
asexual,
30
aromantic
feet
dude
walking
who doesn't
speed.
want to know.
Yeah, seriously.
30 feet walking speed. So what would a run be? I don't know.
That turns it into 60 feet.
Okay, yeah.
So that puts you sort of at the bottom of the stairs, over here on the map.
Okay. Is he?
And you're about 40 feet away from the briefcase, so you need another turn to get there.
Okay, that was going to be my next question because Mage Hand is a 30-foot radius, but okay.
It's actually technically longer than that because Mage Hand is a 30-foot radius to cast, but then Mage Hand has a range that it can move as well.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those weirdly worded spells. But you already learned that the briefcase was too heavy for Mage Hand.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Sawin, you're up.
Okay. So I can no longer see the invisible rogue man because he stepped out of the AoE for Fairy
actually,
Fire.
You can see him. He wasn't invisible. He was just well stealthed. But he's just running as fast as he can away from you, and he's about to turn a corner.
What's the guard situation? Are they
Guards are
double
chasing
timing
after him.
it?
They're double timing it, but this guy is much faster than them. He's a rogue. His base movement speed is 35 rather than 30, and he's a rogue on top of that. So that makes him. That means he can move 3 times in a round, whereas they only can move 2 times.
I guess I'll look. How far is the bear from me now?
20 feet.
Okay. How close is everybody staying to the bear?
Kaz is right next to the bear, and Juno is next to you. And Mercury is sort of close-ish to the bear, 10 feet from there.
What's the status of Algernon?
He's sort of on the other side of the bear, and he's just cast a spell on Kaz. Kaz now seems to be moving really quickly, but he seems perturbed by what's happening.
Okay. And Lady Erie is still on the ground.
Yeah, she's making death saves.
Ooh, okay. How far is Lady Erie from me?
She's just on the other side of the bear.
And
so
the bear's 20
feet up. Yeah, so she's 30 feet away from you.
Okay. Can I try going to Lady Iria and try to stabilize her somehow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want to make a medicine check to try and stabilize her?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that puts you in melee range of the bear.
Don't die.
Oh, protect
My
you.
AC's 18, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The bear's been rolling with a +9 to a hit, though, just so you know.
Oh my god.
Fucker, this automaton bitch.
I will grab you by the tail.
Yeah, the tail's getting tucked. Fuck it. If she's making death saves, I'm just gonna go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, so tail is getting tucked inside my clothing
Oh.
super, super fast
I
so
love
that the bear can't grab anything.
Mhm.
Because fuck that bear. And I'm going to make my way to Lady Iria and try to stabilize her.
Great. Do you have any special kits or anything like that that would help with this, or is it just a medicine check?
It will be just a medicine check. I don't think I have... I
sorry,
don't
Nia,
know if I have
roll.
anything on my sheet. that might
Nia,
help.
sorry, you're supposed to roll these, not me. Sorry, Nia, could you roll a medicine check?
Oh, but that was a good roll.
Doesn't matter. I'm not supposed to roll them. You're here.
Oh no!
Oh.
Do I have anything in my sheet?
I rolled a
I don't think
4.
so.
No.
I don't see
Don't be
anything.
so hard on yourself. Someone rolled a 4.
No.
Ugh.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Argue.
Okay. The general is gonna throw a spear at the bear
Ooh.
and just hit. For 9 points of damage. He would throw another one, but he doesn't have another one. He's like, turns around like, just spears here. He just shouts a command at all the guards, and people just start running over to bring him spears, so that he can just keep throwing them, basically. But that's his turn. Juniper, you're up.
Okay. Well, you know that tried and true classic wizard spell. Magic Missile.
The French one. Yes, I know well.
Yes, yes. Very similar to my name, Magic Michel. Look, man, it's been a day.
You're so cute.
I am going to go ahead and roll that. So I guess I better actually press that button.
Wait.
Yeah. 2 force.
That's you roll. You hit it 3 times.
Oh, I hit
Because
2.
casting at level 1, you cast it 3 times.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, only
Thanks.
2 each time.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a hell of a thing.
So
That's
3
3
bolts
natural
of
ones
energy
in a row?
on a 1d4. It's not that impressive.
Oh.
Yeah. So 3 bolts of magical energy launch from your tiny paws and slam into this bear 3 times, and doesn't seem to like that experience at all.
Still standing.
Kaz, Mercury is like flying in the bear's face and trying to like distract it, offering you the help action. You have advantage on your attacks this turn.
Okay. Sweet. And I'm still hasted.
Mhm.
How does the bear... How's it
Oh
look?
shoot, Algernon. Fuck, I forgot. Algernon would help you again. Algernon's okay. Algernon's gonna do something here that is going to give something away if people are paying attention and aware. I'm not saying you should necessarily get anything from this, but he's about to do something. And he says, "Good, don't resist again." And he points at you again, Kaz.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, we better phrase it for that.
Kaz suddenly
I'm
becomes
huge!
massive
Wait,
and
what
is
happened?
enlarged. Kaz is enlarged by Algernon.
I'm big.
So, Kaz, you now have advantage on your attacks because Mercury is helping you. You are hasted and enlarged by Algernon, so all your attacks do an extra 1d4 damage.
Oh my lord
So this is
almighty.
supposed to give something away.
Maybe. Depends on
Huh.
how close you're paying attention.
Okay. I can't think about that. How does the bear look? How does it look?
Angry and bloody, and has a javelin now and a spear sticking out of it at different angles, and it's been struck by a sword a couple times. It doesn't look happy.
Okay, all or nothing. I'm gonna drop my shield, actually.
Nice.
And then I'm going to two-handed this thing with advantage. Here we go.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Natural
strong
20!
lady.
That's a critical hit.
Put it down.
Oh, sorry, Lois. I didn't mean to wake you.
So plus a
Nice.
d4.
How?
Plus 2d4 because it's
Oh,
a
plus 2d4.
It's a crit. So that d4.
Wow, 2 1s.
Oh
Wow, okay,
my
now it's
God.
5 ones on a d4 in a row. That's impressive.
Wow.
Okay.
That's okay.
Second
That's
attack.
okay. Oh boy.
Oh my
27.
God.
That hits. Don't forget the D4.
Right. Whoops, that's not. Okay.
Come on, don't get a 1. Yay!
Okay, and
Okay.
a third attack.
Oh, yeah, sweet. I forgot about that. That's a 26, 13.
Plus 3 is 16. Kaz,
Damn.
how do you want to do this?
Okay, dropping my
Massive
shield.
Kaz with your massive, with your speeded up body. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just like, wow, I'm huge now. Drop my shield. Take my long sword with 2 hands, and I just decapitate this motherfucker.
Yeah, well, the head was already clearly loose because it was spinning around like
Yeah,
a
just
mofo.
clean off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so the bear dies. I think the general just like throws down another spear, and then like because he wasn't like prepared for the bear to die, and sort of sees massive Kaz and nods at you, and like is a little confused, but just sort of turns and like expertly like starts commanding everyone around him. You check for injured people among the nobles. You see what the fuss is outside. Give me a report. I want a report. Don't just stand out there and goggle like some idiot. Give me a report. And he just starts commanding everyone to start like behaving in strict fashion. Thomas, technically you're up next in the initiative order. What do you want to do?
Yeah, Fairy Fire should last up to a minute, so
you're still
hopefully
good.
he's still able to see it because
Yep.
he hasn't cast anything else.
Yep.
Okay. He's going to grab the briefcase, and
have the
where is
briefcase?
the nearest entrance that doesn't have a bunch of rioters behind it?
Yeah, that would be the entrance that, oddly, the entrance that the assassin escaped out of, theoretically, the person they're calling the assassin.
Okay. Sorry,
okay,
if
she's
you're
just
hearing a
sitting-
lot of popping, she's sitting on a cookie cake box.
Aww.
Yeah. But a bunch of guards took off that way too.
Mhm.
Okay. He's going to. Is the door still open? Does he see anyone through there?
Yeah, there's guards chasing and saying, "Stop! You
How
stop!"
far away?
Like 60 feet down. There's doorways on the side that you could pull into.
Yeah. He's going to. Can he get to one of those doors?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. We're out of initiative order at this point. There's no more timed conflict. I think now that the briefcase is
Okay.
set. So I'm gonna pull it out of initiative order, if that's okay with everyone.
And he's multitasking. He's telling Mercury, follow that assassin. Don't let him go to ground. Find where he's hiding.
What? Ugh. Sure, boss. And starts like flying to follow the assassin as best he can.
How warm is this briefcase?
It's definitely warm. It doesn't feel. God, I'm trying to come up with a way that describes this that doesn't sound gross,
Mm-hmm.
because it shouldn't feel gross to you, but it's like you know how you touch a briefcase and you expect it to be cool, right? Because it's leather or whatever. It feels like it's not cool. It feels like flesh. Like it feels like you're holding someone's hand almost.
It's a leather briefcase too.
I mean, no, it's not a leather briefcase. It's like it's some sort of it's some other material. You'd have to figure it out.
Okay.
It's vegan.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's vegan. Okay. Are there any windows in this room?
Yeah, big windows up and down the side with the giant curtains in front of them. They're very big windows, ornamental. You can see the what's it called? The view out to the ocean and harbor.
Cool. Is the window open?
No. You'd have to break through it. It doesn't have an opening thing.
Shit. And I burned on my spell slot, so I can't knock.
It doesn't even open. It's just like it's like a decorative window.
Oh. Cool. Okay. Okay. Did anybody see him go in there?
No. Probably not.
I mean, if there's no other way out of this room, he's going to go to another room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So you're just looking for a way out of the building, basically, is what you're looking
Like,
for.
does he know the basic layout of this palace? Like, even if it's been remodeled, like, does he know?
Yeah, you guys got the layout in advance. You got the layout in advance. That was one of your conditions. So you know how to get out of the building if you're trying to get out of the building.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of the building
Yeah, absolutely.
as quickly as possible. No rioters, if possible.
No problem. You get out of the building.
Is it getting any warmer?
No.
Okay, he's trying to slip through. Gosh, what would be a place where there weren't many people? Because if this thing goes off, and the beach is
you're
too
inside a
far.
city.
Yeah. Shit, I'm not sure where's a safe place. Wait a second. Okay.
Is there a ditch?
I was gonna say, is there an abandoned area where he can like an abandoned building or something?
There's a warehouse that's not in use right now.
Yeah.
Right? It's like it would be in use during the day, but it's not in use right now.
If that's within like a 5-10 minute radius of him,
Sure.
He's gonna head for it. He's going to toss the thing inside and wait outside.
Okay. So that's what Thomas is doing for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Kaz, you've just slayed a bear. Algernon nods at you.
Heck yeah.
And you find yourself shrinking back down to size and moving slowly. And Algernon sort of points and says, "Are you going to deal with that?" To Lady Iria.
Yeah, I immediately run over and I'm going to use my remaining lay on hands, which is 10 points on Lady Iria.
And Lady Iria sort of comes to and sees you and Samhain looking over her. And she says, "I believe that's the second time you've saved my life, Kazan."
I'm glad you see it that way. But yeah, you're okay now.
And you,
Bear's dead.
You're the charming fellow from earlier who played that beautiful song.
Indeed, I am. And then, like, while he's talking, he's like snapped his fingers so he can clean himself up because he just feels weird being covered in her blood. He snaps his fingers again, cleans her up, and then will snap his fingers a final time. Mending's a cantrip, right? So he'll mend her clothes so she's not indecent.
And she sort of holds out a hand to you, Samhain, to like help her up.
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll help her up. Well, I've still got a crossbow bolt out of my back.
One word.
Yeah, she doesn't. She decides not to mention it and says, "Well, Samhain, is it?"
Yes.
It is a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for any assistance that you may have provided me and my cause.
Oh.
Cause.
That is a Jess thing. That is not Samhain going.
Yeah, of course.
I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, sure. I'm with you. I got it.
Meanwhile,
But
Kaz
it's
is coughing blood. She's on the brink of death.
And Lady Iria turns to Kaz and says, "Oh, my dear, well, it seems like this party is over. Can I take you to my place? I have a healer there who can look after you a little."
Well, the party's not over yet, and I'll be okay. I'm fine. I've seen worse.
You may be fine, but I have not been worse in quite some time, and would appreciate an escort home if you don't mind, Kazan.
Right. That makes sense. Right. Yes. Let's go.
And she nods and she looks at you, Salman, and says, "Thank you again, both for." Well, honestly, I was unconscious there for a little bit, so I don't really know. And whatever you did, and the music as well.
The honor was mine. That's all I'm gonna say.
If you're ever looking for work as an entertainer, I have some friends who might be able to employ you. She smiles, though I'm sure you'll get many offers after tonight.
Thank you. I may take you up on that.
She begins walking away, Kaz following her, and she turns and just sort of nods politely at Algernon And the two of them start walking away. Juno, what about you? Where are you at?
I'm back here being like, what? That was curious. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna ignore the cookie sounds.
Lois, Elizabeth Lane.
She's walking in circles on the cookie.
Is that the best place for your ass right now?
Yes.
I love how this is a cat stream, even when there's no cat on stream.
She's living her best life. So she's gonna come up to Sawin and be like, "Okay, first off, crossbow bolt in your back. I'm a little worried about that one, but also Thomas just like ran for it.
Cheers, queers.
Wait, are you saying this in front of Algernon?
No, I'm not. I mean, like, hey, crossbow bolt in your. There's a crossbow bolt in here. I have to go find my friend, but I think I should let you know it's definitely there.
Yeah, can you just do me a solid and pull it out, please?
Oh God.
It's really aggravating me right now.
And I'm gonna yank.
Famous last words.
Yeah, so you pull it out. When you feel it pull out of your guts.
Oh, it wasn't in my shoulder or anything like that. It was definitely in my midsection.
Yeah, it was inside you. It did a lot of damage. It hit an internal organ.
Oh no. Okay. Yep. Okay. Maybe I should have left it in.
Okay,
It's too late now.
Okay, I'm gonna rip my I guess I'll do a medicine check. I'm gonna rip my dress and I'm gonna try to bind the wound real fast.
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Okay, let me get my thing. Because I'm sorry, that's a lot of blood and it's scary.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so you are able to see exactly where a problem with the wound potentially was, and you are able to use certain parts of your garment to actually pinch something closed inside Sawin's body that should not be closed, that should not be open, and then hold it there until it seals. Sawin, this hurts like the dickens.
Yep.
But on the other hand, you recover 3 hit points.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now my dress is like fucking ruined, but I'm not even paying attention.
The entire time, like, Sawin's swearing in Siblangi. He's just
Yeah, we get a shot of your sister. How dare you just
you
gasping.
kiss our mother with that mouth?
And
Exactly.
And then I just like whisper, "Are you okay, or should I
Go.
Is it okay if I go? Okay, thanks." And I'm gonna run and try to find Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas is long gone. Do you have a way of finding him?
Not really. No. So in that
are you
case,
willing to leave the
Where's
palace?
the nearest Chico's?
Are you willing to leave the ballroom here?
yeah, I'm willing to leave the ballroom.
Okay. Then you step outside, and you're sort of looking around for Thomas. And now that you're outside, you can clearly hear Primarch Magli Blackice's words. And basically what he is saying is, some on the council did not feel that you, great citizens, were ready for this information, but I know that you all deserve all the information that you can get. It's true. We have been having signs and portents from the gods themselves, and it is important that I be the one to inform you of truly great, beautiful, and glorious news. For it is not just now that this stuff has occurred, it is a sign of greatness in the heavens themselves. For there is a marriage, a great union that has occurred. Yemis has gotten married. Yemis has gotten married. And Yemis has become married to, and this would be so much better if I didn't have to pause and look at my damn notes to remember the name of the goddess that Yemis got married to.
Gyatsa?
Gyatsa, thank you. Yemis and Gyatsa have been married. And what does this symbolize to us? It means that we ourselves must take care of ourselves. For Yemis is the god of community, and our community must take arms up and protect itself from other communities around the world. We must take care of ourselves and protect ourselves first. And as he says first, some person from the crowd steps forward. Everyone can see this person now. It's it's an elf. And the elf just screams, "You lie!" and just raises their hand and throws something at Primarch Magli Blackice. And with that, the thing sort of lands next to Primarch Magli Blackice, and he sort of looks at it befuddled for a second. And then there's this massive
Oh shit.
and there's this explosion, and the balcony cracks and then shatters and falls down towards the crowds beneath him, probably killing many. And that is where we end tonight's episode.
Shit.
So
Oh,
I
my
guess that's the end of
feelings
the
are a little
campaign.
hurt. Yeah, my feelings are hurt. How is
Yep,
one
that was easy, guys.
more competent
Great
than any
job.
of us?
We'll find out
The end.
more next time. Okay, let's do experience points.
Oh, Jesus.
Jinkies.
Oh.
Fantasy Jesus.
Okay, let's start with: do you feel like you got to know anyone better? Thomas, do you feel like you got to know anyone better? Anyone's actions reveal something about them that you wouldn't have suspected?
I mean, I would want to say that he was not expecting Juno to run away from the thing that they were trying to. But I don't know. That could be a panic move too. I don't know if he would assume that means anything about her. I don't think I'm gonna go for that one.
Okay. Juniper, do you feel like you got to know anyone better? Anyone's actions surprise you or interest you or cause you to believe in them more strongly or differently?
I don't know. The only thing is, like, I feel like Samhain's, like, selflessness, maybe, but he's already shown selflessness to an extent. But, like, getting in the way of a bear to help a person who is suspicious, at least.
Strongly agree. Yeah, I think that was a big deal, especially considering how Juniper felt about Samhain last time.
Yeah, this is making... There are some new wrinkles in this one for Juno.
Samhain, did you feel like you got to know anyone better? Based on probably their actions more than anything else.
I'm trying to think, because he was kind of preoccupied for most of the...
Yeah, you were shot in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, my attention was kind of focused, not necessarily on my party members. It was definitely more focused on the other players in the room, because I figured we've done enough jobs by now that I can trust them to do what they feel is right in the current moment, rather than I thought it was nice that Juno checked in with Samhain before she ended up walking away.
Yeah, I agree. I would take that advantage. Take that inspiration. Kaz, what about you? You obviously were out for part of the session, but anyone do anything that surprised you?
Well, I don't want to double dip, but I honestly thought I was genuinely surprised that Samhain went to try and stabilize Lady Uria.
Me too. I was genuinely surprised. That is not double dipping. That was two characters seeing the same thing and responding to it both. Yeah. I agree.
Oh, no one let her die.
You brought her back, though.
Christmas is ruined.
Not yet. We still got a couple months. Okay, question 1. Did you learn something about Magli, his conspirators, or his servants?
Algernon will play both sides when it serves him.
Is it really playing both sides? We don't really know what side he's on.
Yeah, he could be playing his own side.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know, but I mean...
Algernon is hot.
Nope,
Caveman brain.
Yep. Not
Which
Jin this time,
celebrity
though.
does he most resemble? No.
Marcus agrees with me, right, Marcus? Who does he most resemble? I don't know. Like, oh god,
I forget what his character
Wesley
art looks
Snipes. He
Nice.
resembles Wesley Snipes.
Nice.
Hi.
Okay, so what about like, I don't know, like I don't think I really learned that much about Blackice by stepping outside,
Mhm.
but like he did kind of just decide to fucking throw Stepwise under the, well, I knew that he would throw Stepwise under the bus. I knew that from the beginning.
Yep.
And he thinks that they're married, but I think there were hints at that before.
Yeah, it's true.
Or
Or-
he's using the fact that they're married. It's not that he thinks they are. He's using the fact that they're married to, like, you know,
Possibly.
start a war.
Mm.
Assuming that
But-
portent is correct and not
But
propaganda.
I also feel like that and the, you know, Chalestra first thing was, you know, stuff that we all kind of knew already, in my
Okay.
opinion.
So maybe we didn't learn anything today about Magli and his conspirators. That's perfectly reasonable.
I honestly am surprised that Algernon helped us. He knows Samhain's face, and
Is Magli his conspirator? That's the question.
Yeah.
I don't think you even know that.
sneaky.
You're not certain about. You definitely do not have like confident information on that.
Mm.
Okay. Well, that's perfectly reasonable. I think that sometimes when we have like a combat-heavy session, it's harder to discover information. I know. What? Who would have thought? But sometimes that happens. Did you express your character's class, species, or background in a meaningful or impactful way? Let's start with Sarah and Thomas.
I think so. I believe
Yes.
so.
I agree so. What example would you like to use?
The flock, fairy fire specifically is an archfey spell.
Yep, perfect. I accept that 100%. You have it. Michelle and or Juniper, did you express your character's class, species, or background in a meaningful or impactful way?
I think so, yeah.
What's your example?
Well, yeah, the illusions are always a thing. But I think also like using the background specifically to get Stepwise to step down.
Yep, I strongly agree. Your conversation with Mel Stepwise was all you using your background. I'm totally down with that. That worked very well for you. Samhain, did you express your character's class, species, or background in a meaningful or impactful way?
Yes.
And what's your example?
Me trying to lure the bear out of the ballroom so it didn't
Yes.
hurt anybody.
Such a cute visual, though.
100%. It was so cute. I'm sorry that there were people casting spells to counteract your will. Oh God, it was
And I
so.
find
It wasn't. I was fine. I had
Yeah.
command over it. It was the fucking
Yeah.
crossbow bolt that did me in.
That
That's true.
motherfucker.
There's Disney
Um,
parents.
Excellent. Kaz, did you express your character's class, species, or background in a meaningful or impactful way?
Yeah, I mean, did some stabbing, did some
Mhm.
healing, did
Mhm.
some buffing, did some channel divinitying. That's
Yep.
as paladin as it gets.
I agree. Could not be more paladin than Kaz.
Thank you.
Excellent. Did you overcome a meaningful obstacle or impediment to your character? This can be personal growth knowledge or defeating something big. Kaz, let's start with you.
That bear, though.
Did you defeat a bear?
I defeated that bear.
Well,
with
then,
lots of-
do you think that defeating a bear is something big?
I think it was huge.
Well, then there you go. I agree. I think you should take an experience point. Cause bear. Who doesn't deserve experience point? Cause bear every once in a while. It just happens.
Yeah.
Samhain, did you overcome a meaningful obstacle or impediment to your character?
I guess so. I don't really know. Like it wasn't a big, like heavy decision for him to make the choice to go try to stabilize Lady Iria. Oh, well, I think the conversation he had with his sister was an obstacle
Yep.
in itself because she was definitely, or is definitely going about things the wrong way.
Yep.
And the fact that he was able to contain some of his anger towards her to at least get her to agree for them to meet when tensions weren't so high was
Yep, I strongly agree.
important.
I'm totally comfortable with that.
Cool.
I think you're probably gonna get several experience points for overcoming obstacles because of your sister.
Love it.
Juniper
Any
and or
favorite
Faye,
character.
did you overcome a meaningful obstacle or impediment?
I'd like to say so, yes, but
Mhm.
I'll leave it up to you kind of on this one because I don't want to say I'm double dipping on like using the stepwise conversation.
Mhm.
But I think like, you know, continuing not to back down on that one, despite the fact that there was a lot of pressure to back down. Possibly. Like she apologized a lot for it, but she did like basically, you know.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that. That seems totally fair. And same question, Thomas.
I believe so. I think that it was difficult for him not to have eyes on everyone constantly. First, he had to leave his friends on the floor to go where he thought was needed, and then he had to leave Quick Eyes to get to the suitcase. But he was trying to accomplish something.
I strongly agree. You can take that experience point. And last but not least, did you accomplish your belief or work towards it? Let's check in. Thomas, did you work towards or accomplish your belief? What was your belief?
It was to remove the package from the party at, what is it? Even at like potential danger to himself.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, by default, yes, he did accomplish that.
I strongly agree. You definitely did. Okay, yes, that's absolutely correct. Strongly agree. You succeeded in that belief. Take an experience point. Juniper, what was your belief?
Get stepwise out of there safely.
Did you accomplish that?
I think.
Yep, you did. Take an experience point. Samhain, what was your belief?
Protect Nala stepwise, but not at the cost of my sister's well-being.
Yeah, so that was succeeded, though not because of you.
Yeah, so that's a goose egg for me.
Yep, I agree. Kaz, what was your belief? We didn't go over it.
Protect identity as a double agent, keeping Lady Iria alive.
Do you think you succeeded?
I believe so.
I agree too. With that, take a experience point. And there we go. That is today's awesome episode. We're a little overtime, and by a little overtime, I mean a lot overtime. But that happens sometimes. I was having fun.
We're 2 weeks overdue.
You know, yeah, we missed a week, so we need to. Okay. Everyone have a good time.
Yes.
Anyone have any questions?
5 billion.
Fair enough.
Oh my god.
Where was
Cool.
the counselor?
He was in the crowd of nobles panickingly trying to escape. He was actually affected by the other fear spell.
I'm sorry.
Wait, the other one is in Juno's, or the other one is
No,
in...
the other one is in the one that we don't know the source of.
Okay. Are we going to be able to resolve whether Mercury was able to follow this guy to their hiding place?
Mercury failed.
Boo.
I did roll, to be fair, but Mercury did fail.
That's okay. He'll still get a massive buffet.
That sounds good. Okay. Well, then, that's the end of our campaign, folks. I hope you had a good time watching us.
Campaign.
If you are still watching... Whoa, not campaign.
I mean, he might be dead. It might be
was-
our fucking campaign.
That was someone in chat said that. Nope, someone didn't. Not in chat. Someone else said that. I don't know. Whatever. No. Whatever. Anyway, guys, we have been Sagas of the Shimmering Sea, the assassination of Primarch Magli Blackice. That was fun. I hope that you guys had fun. We certainly had a good time. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching, and we hope that you'll join us either next week for the next episode of this. Or heck, Thursday mornings we do Dungeon Delve, which is fun. And heck, maybe there'll be some weird classical new music on this channel on Saturday evening. Who knows? Not I. Everything's still up in the air. From that perspective, I hope you all have a good life. Don't forget to call your cat and feed your mom. Bye, everyone.